Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. We're seeing North American stock futures trying to get back into positive territory here. We were negative after the first presidential debate of the upcoming election season through to November. Very heated debate. Did raise some questions and uncertainty surrounding the upcoming election in November. So a little bit of a negative start has kind of reversed now. We're heading back to the upside after some positive GDP data that was out at 8:30 this morning as well. Did help. S&P 500 still down 5% on the month without a rally equaling that. It'll be the first negative monthly performance for the S&P since all the way back in March. The NASDAQ down 5.9%, and the Dow is off about 3.5% for the month of September. Obviously, it's the last day of the month. Disney shares, major component of the Dow, in negative territory today. They said they're going to lay off about 28,000 employees, mostly at theme parks. Micron shares to the downside this morning after the company's latest earnings beat expectations, but it was the forecast that was a little weak. We'll also have a look at big data firm Palantir, set to debut on the New York Stock Exchange today, along with Asana, ASAN, also going to debut today through direct listings. It's Wednesday, September 30th, 2020. TraderTV.live starts now. There we go. Look at Asian markets from the overnight session. Bit of a mixed showing here. We had Shanghai to the upside. Everything else pretty mixed. Let's go over to Europe and have a look at how things are shaping up. Looks like North America here. We are pretty flat, really, right across the board. Let's shift over to North America and see, pretty flat numbers here right across the board to start. Brazil's open, trading up about 1%. We have Bitcoin to the downside, crude oil and gold. Both in negative territory. Everything else little change. We are trying to get back to positive territory for North American markets here. Good morning, guys. It's the morning after. A little bit of an interesting show to talk about, I guess, this morning. The markets, though, kind of shrugging this off a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, well, you had an interesting ADP number come out there that spiking markets to the upside. I think that's probably a little bit more of a story today. Everyone would have been watching the debate. Didn't really move the markets too much. It's interesting. I'm not going to weigh too much into it. It is what it is. I do want to quickly say here, before we get into this, SRNE, Sorrento wasn't on the watch list here, but a big volume spike just occurred. We'll make sure we get exactly what that headline is going to be in just a second, but it just spiked up like 60 or 70 cents or so right into afternoon resistance. So add this to the list of things that we can trade that are going to move today. I mean, the EV space is going to be back into play. You already mentioned Disney, but the real story, a couple of direct listings. It's been a while. You haven't been too many of these, but Citadel backing, market making on one of them. I almost had the word axe describing it, but it's going to be an interesting trade. It's important for both these two. It is worth noting both these names, PLTR, we're also going to be trading ASAN. Those are the two symbols. We don't know when they're going to open up. There's no guarantee, so we'll give it to you live when they do open, and we'll look to trade them heavily if we can, but there's no guarantee, Sean.
No, and I looked, and Work was the last direct listing that came through, and it was 12:06. Unfortunately, is when it opened up. But here it is on my screen here. It's Palantir. There's Asana as well, so both of them will come open. But look at the implied interest rate here for Palantir. Peter Thiel company coming through. 15.25 million shares to go right now on the buy side, so they haven't paired anything off. So this could be a big one. I think the reference price in our watch list, $725. Asana here as well. So like we mentioned, both direct listings, different than the typical IPO form, but it should be a fun day. And let's just hope and pray that these can come open for us on time. We also have, Brendan, you mentioned there, big name reporting Micron, and then Disney with the layoff. So there's some news here.
Yeah, we'll get through a lot of stuff here coming up in the next few minutes. Yeah, it was interesting to see that Asana, a $21 reference price versus the Palantir $725. Again, the reference price not necessarily where it's going to open, just kind of a guideline as to where you can maybe look to trade around when it does start to open. Let's have a look at what's coming up a little bit later on in the show. Brand new educational video all about what you just saw. Sean just showed you the imbalance locator. Yeah, we're going to do a complete how-to when it comes to what that data is, where it comes from, how we use it, how we kind of decipher what it means. So have a look at that. Valeria will have the link for you coming up about 11:45, all about the imbalance locator and opening and closing auctions. Speaking of, Valeria, let's go over to the desk and say good morning to her.
Good morning, Brandon, and hello, everyone. I wish you a very successful trading day. Please support, send the link to your friends, subscribe to the channel, and smash the like button. Take it away, Brandon.
All right, guys. Yeah, Neil just showed Sorrento here. Here we go with the headline. 9 o'clock just came out here at Sorrento Therapeutics and Viral Clear into an agreement to explore the combination of antibody plus antiviral therapy. They're going to team up with this other company to explore more treatments or possible treatments for COVID-19. So looks like Viral Clear is the other company involved in that. So yeah, we'll have a look at Sorrento. Let's talk a little bit about these direct listings, guys. We mentioned it, but you know, it is going to be somewhat like an IPO when it does open. A lot of interest around both of these, a lot of hype around both of these. So when it does start trading, we need to have a bit of a plan.
Yeah, go long. Yeah, typically on all. Look, I'm going to treat a direct listing basically the exact same as we would a regular IPO. We saw what happened with Snowflake there. You're going to look for some size to show up on the level 2. I have S Sorrento up because we were just looking at it, but right now it's not open, so this is what a halted state looks like. We have talked about the imbalance locator. We'll keep watching that. Look, as that keeps getting bigger and bigger, these are indicated buys. You can see it's a buy. It's a market on open buy, so you're going to have to get your orders ready to rock and roll on these ones. We'll just see what happens. It could fade back down. I don't know. We're going to have to see about shortables. Your broker may or may not have those on day one of a direct listing. But I think it's pretty simple. I mean, this Palantir, the reason why we like this one, backed by Peter Thiel, which has been into a lot of different companies, tech billionaire, PayPal, a few other names like that as well. And so we're just going to see. They're going to come to market at $16 billion. It's not a horrible valuation. I mean, it's a data mining. They're going to be in the right space. So I do like that one for sure. And Asana, I don't know as much about that one, but like you mentioned there, good behind it. A Facebook Inc. co-founder, Dustin Moskovitz is there as well. 30 million shares registered. So like I said, we're just going to look for that. Before I throw over to Neil, I just want to give a big thank you. Matthew Henson, thank you for the $20. Much appreciated. And then a welcome, Matthew Henson as well, a new member. So thank you so much, Matthew, for that. And make sure, just because it's your first time here, make sure you sign up for our watch list on tradertv.live. Anybody looking to get information on a few moving symbols, grab that.
Yeah, keep in mind, guys, we talked about that reference price. It doesn't really mean anything, but on Palantir at least, that 725 gives you 16 billion. Morningstar had it at like evaluation at about 28 billion. I forget the other firm, but it was another large firm that had it like 21, 22. So if you file those two away, you have like on the lower end $11 from one analyst and possibly close to a double, like 13. No idea where it's going to open. Of course, we'll get an indication when it does get closer. Yeah,
so ASAN, the ticker for Asana, guys, and PLTR. So we'll have a look at those as soon as they open. Let's go to Disney next. A little bit of a negative look here for Disney this morning, gapping to the downside. They announced 28,000 layoffs, mostly coming around theme parks. Pandemic related, obviously lower capacity available at their theme parks. So just a cost reduction here for Disney.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised it's only done 95,000 shares. A lot of the shares came obviously in the aftermarket there when they announced it. I saw that come through on my phone. And, you know, as a Disney shareholder, not great news, but again, it's all just pandemic based, right? The jobs will come back. It's not a complete change in anything as far as like business models or anything like that is concerned. And I think you're seeing the stock understand that and come back a little bit here. So 125 and change was yesterday's close. Let's call it 125 and a quarter. Why not? And right now we're at 124 and a quarter, depending on where this thing opens up. So you're only down a buck, pretty small. I'm expecting it to actually fall a bit further. I do like a breakout down below this 122.70 just to find out yesterday's bottom 123.68. That's basically the last print. So we are hovering around. You see some consolidation at the 122, 123 level as well. This is just 123 actually. So down to 122.80. If it breaks, I think look out below. Watch out for this wick 122.50. But then you could test 122. So I would say it's definitely not good news for Disney. You're going to have to watch the market. It is battling back. But I would be shorting Disney today at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I'd almost like to be shorting it if you get a chance at like that 124.50 area. But you go to last week, a couple of levels, a couple of marks down to that 121 level, briefly breaking it on the 24th, and the next day holding at 121. So that's going to be your first level of support. From there, you go to the daily, and it's like $8 lower than that. So I think that is a chance to come into play. But Sean gave the bottom that it has to break through at that 122 for it to happen. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, with the market literally just a second ago turning green on the ES, and maybe there's a shot to get some kind of a rollover higher at like 124.50 or 125. I'd love to take that trade even more than a breakdown in Disney. I feel like it's a little bit safer. So hoping for some stabilization at the open.
All right, guys, if you are joining us for the first time, a lot of people just coming in, welcome. This is our watch list. If we could show our screen. There we go. Yeah, this is the morning watch list, guys. We do it every single morning. Morning Movers watch list comes directly to you via your inbox for free. Absolutely free. So jump on that link that Valeria will have in the chat for you if you haven't done so already. Grab the morning watch list. We go through everything that's moving around in the pre-market between 9 a.m. and 9:30. So let's keep going here, guys. We'll talk about NIO another day, another move to the upside here for NIO. We saw that impressive move yesterday, almost 6% to the upside yesterday. Another move here higher. There's been multiple analysts talking positively about NIO over the past couple of days. And then we had that move by the holding company last week to take back more percentage from their major investor. So another good look here for NIO today.
She down, as we like to say on this one. I wrote down and tweeted it out. 2180 was going to be a big level there just because it was the high of the pre-market at 8 o'clock. But we've since crushed that one. It's just embarrassing because I remember actually when I did take a summer vacation, I think that was back in early August, late July, I can't remember exactly when it was, but I said that NIO was going to be rocketing through 20 bucks, and that was like it was 14 or 15. Now you're up to 22 and change. I saw an analyst yesterday go ahead and talk about and give the green thumb, the big thumbs up to NIO, and when they start finally making and coming over here into North America, I think this car is going to sell really well. Unlike a lot of these other electric vehicles, they actually have production, they have a facility, they're rolling out cars, they have sales, and yeah, although it's probably a little overheated on the last couple of days, this is the daily chart. Look where we were, man, back in April. How embarrassing is that? $2 up to $22, so you get 10 times your money here in a couple of months. It seems like it's overheated, but guys, this doesn't want to stop, NIO, and I mean, let's just see where their size at 22. Huge size at 22 right now, so you're gonna have to watch out for that. 500,000 shares just parked there at $22, and then you also have the imbalance next to Palantir, which is just growing, getting bigger. NIO is right here. People taking out the big stick and want to buy NIO this morning as well, so 1.25 million. The only thing, Neil, you may talk about this soon after, but NIO has often gone the opposite way of some of these imbalances. Yeah. So it might be just getting ramped up right now because this market on open imbalance is here. So I'm actually going to look to pick it up if I can around that 2180 mark. Yeah,
we've seen that before. You get that big buy imbalance. You saw when you showed the level 2 there, Sean, that 500,000 shares on that offer, that was on the New York book. So that's not printing before the open. That can only print on the auction, and you saw a buy imbalance into it. So there might be some sellers dumping into that opening auction, taking advantage of it to take what is insane profits from, it was a great breakout yesterday. There was a good level at 2025. It held, gave you a pullback, and then the break at that price in the afternoon was just as good as it was in the morning. So file that one away if it ever comes back to 20. It may have some trouble getting right to that even number. Maybe it stops at that quarter. I'm kind of with you. Dip buying has always been more profitable for me on long days in NIO. I'd love to see if we can pick something up at like 2140, but you've seen what it's done here. There's no guarantees in that. Got to watch for that opening print.
All right, guys, let's talk Tesla next. Another one from the EV space in positive territory this morning. Nice move off the open yesterday. They announced this morning that their China-made Model 3 vehicle will now be sold with a cobalt-free lithium phosphate battery, which is different from the current version that is in the car. So, yeah, they defended that kind of 410 area down there yesterday, gave you a really great opportunity on the long side. We're gapping up again today, guys, for Tesla.
Yeah.
We are, but I mean, you look at the last 3 sessions. I mean, a $15 range from $400 stock it's not a ton. You see the moves that NIO is putting in. You see the moves that Workhorse is putting in. It feels like Tesla might not be the one to trade. Maybe if we can get through that 428, $5 higher here, a couple of sessions in a row. That's been the top to break through. So if that happens, maybe, but then you sort of go back into last week and $4 or $5 higher than that, there was a hard top that we had trouble getting through. We're grinding higher at best, and really it's sideways action the last few sessions. No guarantees on Tesla, but it is 428 that I'm watching. That's the potential break. It's going to be probably some other names that are more active in terms of volatility, at least relative volatility. NEO top of the list.
That's funny. NEO's coming back down to that 2180. I just want to show something here because, Brendan, you just mentioned it. I tweeted this out yesterday, and the reason why I'm showing it right now is because we protected that 410 level. We talked about that yesterday. I was one trade in, and that was about 950, and then we were able to take it out. It does rip up to 420 where we are now. But I just want to show you that's a similar trade that we'll be looking to make today. If we can protect some of these bottom levels, and I think that we might have one once again on Tesla, and we may be in this kind of an area right here, 417-ish, a little possible area for pickup. We see it bounced a bunch of times here. 417, I mean, we got as low as 415, 417 again. Then all this chaos kind of in the morning before bouncing up. This is where we able to get long early right down here, 412. You see, but then look where it resists again, 413, 414. Then we get some resistance up here at 417. So I'm looking to sort of rinse and repeat again, guys. The same trade as yesterday, and if we can get that, that'd be great. Let's just put an order somewhere around here, 417, 418. If we get picked up, fantastic. Then we can give it about $2 or so down to 415, let's call it that. So I think it's well worth it. Thanks for pointing that out, Brendan. Yesterday, that 410 held. I expect the same for today, 417.
All right, we talked about Micron, guys, earnings aftermarket yesterday. The report itself, the fiscal fourth quarter report itself, was actually better than expected, but it was their forecast that was a little bit light. Q1 forecast lighter than expected. So we had this wild ride in the aftermarket yesterday. High as 52.70. We got down to 49.5, gapping down below that 49. I was just looking here. Speaking of bottom levels, 48 might be doable today.
You look at I'll show a 15-minute chart here, but a couple of times Micron can be a little bit thin at times in terms of relative volume and liquidity. So 48 has been a level. Go back to 25th, go back to 21st, broke and then snapped right back here. That's what I'm going to be watching. It's going to be the 48 even. I'd like to be shorting this name. I think if it gives you any shot at yesterday's close, not yesterday's close, I should say yesterday's bottom, I think is a little bit better to say 49.50. At the close, post-market, there was that move down into that price, but never quite got there. If it gives you a shot at 49.50 and can hold and roll over, not a bad place to get in as well. But all eyes for me on that little double bottom 48 even from last week.
Yeah, and I think this is really worth smashing here. It's down 3.5%. It wasn't great, the report. Again, if you do have our watch list, check it out. Big explanation there, talked about missing some of their fiscal fourth and whatnot. But let's just wait to see 49. And Neil just reviewed the levels. I just think this 48.50 level, what a surprise. It's at 50, and I think that's worth smashing. It's on the NASDAQ, so it's going to open up right away. We shouldn't really have any issues with that. Longer term, the chart is kind of choppy, but look, there's this 50 period, and I know Neil just reviewed 48 there, and so did Brendan, talked about that's looking like a very key level, and hell yeah, it is. So let's see, first level, 48.50, then maybe 48 even might be the big breaking point downside. So we'll wait for Micron. Yeah, not a huge quarter at all. And this is the morning movers. This is the watch list that we're talking about. Just going to give you another example. Palantir's on here, Asana's on here, Disney, NEO we've talked about, and here's Micron. And it's like, you don't want to wake up blind. This is going to get emailed to you for free $99. I got to give that back to Alan Robinson, dropped that with us the other day. And look, here's Micron talking all about everything you need to know. Revenues, what they missed, so on and so forth. Beating street consensus of 99 cents, so on and so forth. So everything is here. And make sure you sign that up. Watch list. TraderTV.live, Brendan.
There's a couple of minor news catalysts on both Apple and Facebook today. You guys can have a look at those on the watch list, obviously, both news stories. I want to make sure we get to some of these vaccine-related stocks here. Let's jump down to Moderna next. We'll talk about Moderna here. They had some positive data on their phase 1 trial for their vaccine potential vaccine candidate that was more concentrated on older adults. So the initial results came out on the 18 to 55 age group. This is kind of 55 and older, and they were very, very positive. So mRNA up 3% on that this morning, guys.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the daily chart here, you look at this 72 level sticking out like a sore thumb, gapping right above it here. We just actually had a rally off of support at 55 into this number. It's typically been a situation where you want to be selling on positive news. That's been the way to go. It's got to be that 72. I almost don't want to be too heavily doing that play where you're short in front of the high. I think usually it's going to work. So you'll probably see me take a shot if we get a move up to 73.70 and then it fails that price at the open. I'll probably take a shot shorting it, but I'll look to take profit off in front of that 72. And then on a 72 break, it's going to be hard to ignore. If that level cannot hold, you're going to see me shorted. If that level breaks, and we hold 70 on the way back up, assuming that does happen, I'm likely to just go long at 72 if that happens a little bit later on in the session. So a few ways I want to play this one. First look will be at the open off the 73.70. That would be a fade trade as long as it doesn't take the top off. Breakdown, that'll be a scalp trade at 72 if it does go through. And then a little bit later on in the session, we'll see what happens if it ever gets back to that price.
I did want to acknowledge something here. I see you here, Quinn. Quinn Kerrigan, any internships at the floor here. I did get your message yesterday. I will respond to you. My mistake on that one. It was a super, super busy day. We're working on a bunch of things to come for you guys. So we spent yesterday afternoon doing a lot of work on that. So I'll get back to you on that one, Quinn. Okay, Neo right here. It does make that dip down to 480 or 480. 2180 downside right now, so we're going to watch out for that. I did not take it. It's too early. It's still only 921. We are going to watch out for Neo making that move back down here. Watch out for VWAP down here, 2170. I'm going to love picking up some Neo if we can get some today. It's just it can reverse its course. Yesterday up 5 or 6%. Today up another 5 in the pre-market. So watch out for this name. But yeah, Moderna keeps being that 72 stands out. You just talked about that, Neil, on the daily chart. So definitely, guys, make sure that you're staying with Hydration Nation today. You got the water bottle there. Arun can talk about that. I know he's Mr. Hydration as well. We're lucky enough to have Arun in the building today as he'll be filming his trader journey live at 1 p.m. Come back and check that out. I know we'll throw that graphic up soon for you guys, Brendan.
So I'll do it right now, or at least try to, guys. Do we have, maybe not. Oh, there we go, yes. Join us. We forgot to mention, guys, 1 o'clock this afternoon, right back here. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of educational topics. Once again, it's Wednesday, 1 p.m., education time. Join us at 1 p.m. Yes, our man Arun is in the house. Let's get over to the TV and talk about the overall market here, Arun. We saw a bit of a reversal, obviously, off that ADP number. A little bit of positivity coming back here now.
Yeah, I mean, the levels have been cleared out by that debate. A lot of volatility, yes. So the markets, the edges are where I'm going to be working. The top end is 33.65 is the top end level that I'm going to work. Remember, yesterday was 50 and then 65. 50 got blown out by the debate volatility. So that level's gone. 33.65 is the top end. And on the bottom, 32.90 is the overnight low that we're putting in. So 35 is the area that I was keeping an eye on. If we clear 35, that opens the door for the long below with 32.90 on the. If we clear 35, we're sitting around there now. If we can clear 35 after the open, then any dip going down to 25.20, I'm going to look to buy with a 90 stop. On the top end, 33.65, we take that out. I'm not going to rush to get in just because it's super thin up there. So I'm going to wait for the top to go out, and then I'm going to wait for it to settle, figure out how far it's willing to come back in, and then I'll step into the long, whatever level that it goes down to as a stop level.
Great stuff. Thanks, Arun. Yeah, we'll have a look at how this open takes place here. We are kind of grinding, as we were mentioning, back to the upside. NNDM, couple of small caps right at the bottom of the list. What was it? ITRM and CTIC. We can have a look at those guys. I just want to mention this one as well. Nano Dimensions popping up second day in a row. We had a bit of a run up in the afternoon, gapping higher. There's no real significant news on this. So just watching this 295 to 3 area from the daily chart. It's already coming off, but 3 up here, 295. See if we can't get a move back up into that area off the open. But you guys want to review CTIC or ITRM?
Yeah, I'm going to go to, I'll do both of them because I wish I was in NDDM. I'm waiting for that one to open, well, go to like 275 hopefully. But and NNDM's a good one. CTIC, of course, is both these are on our watch list, guys. So I have actually taken a shot at this. I'll go over. I did mention in the chat ITRM already took the top off, and that was a 175 level. But CTIC is so far holding this 260 area to the top end, guys. You can read the news, but I think what you want to do first is go to that higher time frame, and this is why I like this price area. Last time it spiked here, turned at 230, so I would think that some selling could come in south of that price. So as long as we want to hold this 250 area, which for the time being has happened. It took a couple of shots here. I did take some shares at 230, then added in front of 250. I took some off when it came back down because it looked like there's some support at 220. I'll probably take some more profit if it gets down there again. And then on the way back up, it just got into the shares that I got out. So it's a 250 level I'm watching first. 10% higher than that is the high of the day at 275. So CTIC remains to be seen, but I can tell you ITRM, it already took the top off. So the difference here when it took out this 170, 175 is when you went to the daily chart, there really wasn't a heck of a lot, so you got to 195. So this one goes. Again, I do feel like there should be some selling in front of that $2 area, and if that breaks, you could get really spicy because it could, I mean, there's really not a heck of a lot in terms of levels until you get like $2 higher than that, which would be a double up.
Yeah, guys, look, it's always amazing to have Arun in the building, and that's why I was a little chuckling. There's some great comments there. And yes, he is obviously our personal bodyguard as well. And as I see him, yep, he's doing reps right now. So good job, Arun. Thanks for that. Looking great as usual. Nothing but jealousy from my side of things. But he is a member of Hydration Nation, so at least I have that. Okay, a lot of talk there about Nicola. Yeah, thanks to Arun. And make sure you check out the journey. I've known Arun, I think, 10, 12 years at least. So great guy and great story. 9:18 here. I just want to give Nicola, they are going to, and I don't know, Brendan, maybe you can find out about this, but last night I did tweet something out, but there was a story about GM and Nicola, again, continuing discussion on that early $1 or $2 billion planned investment, not cash-wise, but dollar value-wise into the company there. So we're going to wait to see if anything happens with Nicola breaking back above 1911 or so. I mean, that's just kind of the top. We did wick up here 1933. So we'll wait to see on Nicola. And again, if GM cuts ties and they say, you know what, everything with Trevor Milton and the hydrogen and the car being pushed down a road does get them non-interested, then obviously this thing falls. And if it's going to fall, man, we crushed it yesterday on the short. You guys know that. We blew out some of those earphones. We won't do that again. 1763 downside yesterday. Let's wait to see what Nicola does. But I just think if it's good news, this thing can fly. Obviously, it's heavily shorted, and we could get a squeeze there, Brendan.
Yeah, the deadline today for that GM deal, so nothing yet, but yeah, that deal hasn't actually closed yet. They are, as we said yesterday, and there was some more coming out after market yesterday, just saying discussions are continuing between the two sides, but that deal is expected to close at some point today, if it is going to. So definitely worth watching Nicola. They also said this morning that they are on track here. You can see, there we go. They are on track here. A couple of headlines coming out after we came on, guys, just talking about their construction of their plant in Arizona. So construction of the manufacturing plant is still on schedule, and they're expected to meet their deadline and have it up and running by 2023 is what they're saying, guys.
Yeah, I mean, he just actually sold off on that. They gave a press release, and then you saw the stock ramp up a full $1 here in the pre-market, and literally just gives everything back. I think that's going to indicate to you some of the weakness that we're seeing in Nicola. Obviously, yesterday, fading into it was sort of a waste of time. But I am looking at that now 1940 area. You can go back a couple of sessions ago for that. Yesterday's top, 1890. That was a level I liked. That was the level I wanted to short in front of. If it gives me that again, I'll take a shot at Nicola. 1940, you can go with that as a stop a couple of days ago in the afternoon. So Nicola going to be firmly in play.
Holy
Just
crap.
make sure you got the locates on that one, because usually we got to pay for some shorts over there in Nicola, Sean.
Yeah, I was just saying wowzers, and another word actually, but look at Palantir. I don't even know what this means at this point, but 26, how many shares are they supposed to be offering? Maybe we could find that out today that are coming to market, but 26 million already on the bid side. So we're going to wait to see what this is going to do. Apparently, it may come out around $10 per share after a reference price of $7.25. My order is already in. I'm going to get long no matter what, but yikes. We'll wait to see. Like this reference here of this size may just push this thing through the moon. So we're going to wait to see how that happens. We didn't even get that much for Snowflake. Obviously, Snowflake's a $200 stock, so you're going to be a little different there, 10 versus 200. So watch out for that. NEO as well. Let's get ready to rock and roll, man. Only 20 seconds to go. 2180 right now on NEO. The best play for this one, in my opinion, and I'm sure it's the same as NEO's. Let's wait to this one. Let it drop by, drop down, and then give it a shot. That's going to be NEO.
Yeah, and I thought maybe there'd be a pop with 5 seconds to go here in Nikola, but it is still sliding down. Let's drop that bell. 2 and 1. Market is open. Valeria on the bell this morning. Nice outfit, Valeria, but I'm going to get to the CTIC in just a second here because that short's starting to work for me. But ITRM, which I took a bit of a bath on, just took the top off here at 179 and might immediately halt to the upside. So watch out for that. I did mention if this one went, is a chance that it could go to $2. That was the next level to the upside. So I did want to also celebrate over in CTIC because that short's working. But I wanted you guys to immediately see what was going on in ITRM, which headed to the upside there and did just halt, volatility halt. Watch out for $2 if it comes in. I said I would get some shares out on CTIC if it got to 220. It briefly broke it here. It wicked down to $2. I mean, I didn't get any out. That was like a flash crash off of the open, guys. So very, very quick. Unless you were layered the entire way down, no way to get it. But I did take some profit all the way down to about 219. I will see if I can get back in front of 250. We got to watch out for these top breaks. We've seen what happens when these go parabolic. You don't want to be caught short when they do.
No, 2193. We're going to wait for 22. I mean, if 22 breaks, what are we going to do here on NEO? It's just ripping to the upside. We did take a short here on Micron. We're going to wait to see if that works. 49.10 is where we're short, giving it up here. We're basically to the high, 49.31. We were looking short on Micron, and so that's just what we're waiting for is that short. But we're taking an early pot. We do like 48.50 to the downside here, but a nice little win to start the day. We'll hit a little bit of a slap shot. Congratulations to the Tampa Bay Lightning hoisting the Stanley Cup.
Did win,
but this may or may not be a win. Let's just wait to see what Micron does to the downside here, guys.
Yeah, I actually forgot that they won there. But NEO, there was a shot at a dip buy. If you were super fast, same thing that happened in CTIC. Just one wick down very, very quickly. If you anticipated and had an aggressive price,
God,
I think you're going to be in there. But watch out. CTIC just took the top off, so took some profit on the way down. The rest of the trade is going to end up a loser as it breaks that 250. But my eyes are on NEO for a potential pullback. And if that pullback can hold above the previous pre-market top, that 2190 or so, 22 area, that could be another ramp to the upside. But we've seen these ones fake break, then slide back in. So I want to see us hold 2190 to 22 on NEO before digging into this one, guys.
All right. Oh, man. Micron just went like 40 pennies in the money, and we got greedy and didn't take any out. So, yeah, we pay the price on this one as now it's coming right back to the upside. Look, it almost got to that level, man, where we were waiting for, and that was 62 I waited for ahead of that 48.50. So here we come. We're going to take some out this time if it makes a move back to the downside. We are short Micron right now. 49.10. So let's just wait to see on that one. I am overly embarrassed about Micron or NIO here because we talked about 2180. I didn't do anything about it. We saw it go all the way down here to 2160. Then it broke through 22 and ripped upside 2240. So if you're into NEO, watch out here. I'm going to take another long if I can get it right here and see if we can't defend a little bit down here. 2170. There we go. Long right now, NEO 2185.
Yeah, it looks like it's trying to hold that like 2190 area that I was just mentioning. I did just get into Nikola, but Bren's got something for us. What do you got?
Just bringing up Carnival Cruise here, guys. Some of the travel names showing some early strength. Big volume spike there at the open for CCL, already up 4%. You can have a look at RCL, also moving so far, guys.
Okay, here we go. We did cash out a little bit there. Thank you so much for Micron. Bang! Nice little win right there as you rain some money down on Micron right there. Nice win. This is a 1 minute chart. You guys can see we faded that through 49.10, out 40.80s, out 75s. We're going to get out some 67s and kill this trade. Get it over with right now. 62, sorry, is where we're bidding right now. Watch out for Micron to come to the downside. Big win to start the day right here. 45 cents in the money on this one. And look at Neo, man. Do we pick that bottom up or what? We got it at, what is that, 85 there? We just tried to get some out at 03. We missed it, of course. But here we go. Let's see how high it wants to go right now. A nice little win for Neo if we can get it out. There it is. Bang. Nice win.
Yeah, getting into this Nicola here. See if it can't test that 1890 from yesterday. You're going to see an opening range top of 78. I'll throw that out the window because 1890 was that level that I liked from yesterday's action. They did get that spike up. We mentioned there on the pre-market on relatively light volume, so not entirely concerned with that. I'll go with yesterday's levels for NKLA. I know some people are wanting to look at Penn still moving to the upside. This wasn't necessarily on our watch list, but a big spike up here as they just went $1.50. So this continues to run. It's been look, a fantastic play for anyone that's in it. It is worth noting here, it's getting very close to yesterday's high. This 73.30 right at the pre-market in the open. If it rolls at that price, I want to fade in front of it and then breakout trade at 73.30. So we're from a short to a long in Penn at 73.30. Brennan, what do you got?
Lena Pharmaceuticals, ALNA. You might have noticed that one in the pre-market as well, moving around 30%. Still huge monster opening print there. So volume alert on ALNA. Only news on this one is they had a monster offering, 25 million share offering that was announced. Actually moved the stock higher, guys.
All right, we've been having such a fantastic day so far today, and now we go NIO again. Look where we're long here, man, 21.85, and it is just taking off. So a big 32-cent win right there, and we still have some shares, so that's monstrous. Micron looking to break 48.50 right now. We will go short. Look where we've already cashed in on this one, though, guys. We were short at 49.10. Out. These are all my shares. 70% of the position out right here. 48.61. Now we'll wait to see. It's bouncing. We're not short yet. We're going to get short if it breaks down this bottom wick right here. There it is. So now we're short onto Micron, guys. Let's hold this one, see how far it can go down in the money for us. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to have a plan, but mRNA takes out 72. The second it comes back, and there was a play, if it comes back above 72, smash it on the way up. But this is a 1-minute chart here, guys. And if you had like a tick chart showing you seconds, entirely too fast of a move. But once it holds that price, the breakout is now on an mRNA. So there's not much to be done about it. You had to have that long, sort of locked and loaded and ready to go. Getting it on the way up was almost impossible. Brennan, what do you got?
Alibaba, big move here for Alibaba, 3.5%. They said before the open this morning, it looks like their cloud unit is expected to turn profitable this year. Also, a couple of upgrades this morning on Baba. Nice move so far.
Hey, you have some nice moves. What is going? Look, I mean, look at this. We are just booming today. What a day this has been, man. Chicken dinner winners everywhere for you guys today. NIO just keeps going upside. We have a 70-cent winner, 50-cent winner on this one. At Micron, we're just going nuts on this one as well. Bang to the downside. Just keeps on coming, guys. This is just some rapid fire right now. Micron in the money. Look where we're short. 49.10 right now. It's at 48.20, so that's a good trade. We also took some more shares through 50. That's a big one. And a 55-cent winner on NEO right now. Look at this pickup down here. 21.85, like a glove.
Where's that reference from? Is that Austin Powers, I think?
No, I think that's our boy Jim Carrey.
Oh, it's Ace Ventura. Yeah, there it is. I get those two guys mixed up all the time, and that kind of shows you're aging us there because people probably don't know who Ace Ventura is, and I feel like that's going to be...
What?
Yeah, I know you guys aren't going to... Most of you probably aren't. Moderna is starting to come back here. Now, we talked about defending 72 if you get a shot at it, so it's going to be hard for me to ignore pre-market high, 73.50. So if it comes back into that price, I'll take a shot at it. Giving it down to 72, buying the dip is likely going to be the only way to play here after missing that opening break. I finally did get into that other small cap that Brennan mentioned. NNDM did come back up, so retesting that 75. I got into that one, new position alert. And then testing the high here is going to be Nikola, so that short into 1890 might get blown off the top here, and that might take me out, but we're very, very close to it. Couple of cents off. It's Moderna that I'd like to get on this little pullback here. And ITRM yet to reopen. It should be like 9.41 by my count here. We'll look for that one. If it takes out $2 or holds above $2, the break could be on, guys. Brennan, what do you got?
JD.com, another Chinese name here, just ripping 3.25% for JD as well. Just broke 77.50 there on a volume alert. So a nice little break above this consolidation on the daily chart. No significant news on this one though, guys.
All right, and we are just like impressed with this movement on Micron right here. It's just coming back to the downside, man. We're going to... I can't just keep saying bang. We just keep getting out, man. Boom, 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 boom to the downside. Here comes 48 breaking as well, man. This is fantastic. I haven't had two better trades to start the day, really, than this. 49, 10 in, out, in again. Out right now again. So what a fantastic trade this was. NEO as well to the upside. That's out. We're basically out of this one right now. Have our 5% left on NEO. But I gave you this one early. It's on our watch list. I tweeted out all of these levels. I tweeted out Micron as well. And it's been big, man. On our watch list, on our Twitter handles. Make sure you follow us. This has been... Boom! It just keeps on tanking to the downside here as Micron just keeps on cashing us in here, Neil. What a fantastic trade on Micron. What a fantastic trade on NEO. It doesn't get any better than this, except for hopefully when Palantir opens up. 31 million shares right now on Palantir and Asana with 1 million, but I don't need this no more. We are just absolutely crushing things today. What a great beginning, guys.
Yeah, it's a little early to start considering those opening up there, guys. But Penn did just come into that 73.30 price. If it does break through it at this high, I think there's a good shot you test that 75 area. But I'm going to look to fade this every chance I get. You got two legs to the upside, pre-market, and then a secondary push here through 71. Not necessarily parabolic. I don't know if I would use that classification, but certainly close enough that it's going to pique my interest. And I just got some in at 74, risking on these shares about 50 cents. I'll take some more if it rolls over at 73. I'd like to catch these on the way down. I did get into these on the way up here as we round up. I mean, it was just such a violent move up. This is a 15-minute chart, so obviously you haven't even had a second candle, but it is 73.30. That is the pre-market high yesterday. So it's not going to be the actual high or the open or close, but pre-market high yesterday. That's my top on Penn, and looking for a reversal to the upside on that as well, guys. I did get into NNDM, like I mentioned. That, of course, is the one that Brendan talked about. And then CTIC, if you guys watched this stock, this was the one that I had off of the open. It was a good short. I mean, initially, got some out on the way down. It then stopped me out through that 250 and watch it slam all the way back in. I'm not going to be done with this. I will short this one again. It was successful once off the open. And then, of course, with that stop out, I'll take it in front of that 25 to 30 area where I was taking profit before. That's going to be the new entry price once it pops up there, guys. And in the money now on Penn, but only about 30 cents or so. I need at least 50 to $1. Brennan, what do you got?
Canada Goose having a nice day, guys. 11% move here for Canada Goose in New York from 30.50 up to 33. Cohen and Company with a double upgrade for Canada Goose, guys.
All right, so Nicola almost gets us in there, 19.15. I'm surprised. Where was our price for Nicola? Oh, yeah, okay, so it's right there. So, okay, Micron fades all the way back down. We did get some out there wondering if it was going to break back upside. It doesn't come to VWAP, which gets us very, very close. So we got out of about half of what we had left upside. So right now we're just holding the rest to see how far back down this can go. But Micron, what a booming trade that was, man. I can't say that enough. So that was a good one for us. Let's just move on from that. Thank you so much, Jacob, as well. And thank you for all the kind words on the chat about the energy and about the booms and everything like that. We're just going to keep going with it, guys. Okay, NEO, big mover. Let's check out Yesla right now. And, oh, wow, 426, 427. We gave you that 417. It missed us. It does not come down that far. I was waiting 417, 418 to pick some of that up. But no go on that name right now. SRNE, though, I don't know if you were into this one yet, Neil, but you did talk about this early on some new news and big time volume, 5.5 million shares. Not as big as normal, but I'm going to go long if it does break this 1190. But right now, we're just heading south side, and we may take out this bottom, let alone the top.
Yeah, it already sort of sold back in. The news came in very, very late there, Brendan, giving it to you guys. If it comes back to like 60 or 70, that's the only way I'm going to go short. I will update you on Penn. We just got some shares that I talked about waiting for it to go at least like 50 pennies or so before I took any profit. If my level out was going to be 73.30, if I'm going to be risking 50 cents first level, we'll take at least that. And then I want to see it return back to like 71.20, 71.40. If we can get $1.50 out of the second part of that trade, I like that retracement. Again, just working off of what was kind of parabolic, two moves off the open, right into yesterday's top. And so I'll fade in front of that all day long with the reversal long if we get it. It doesn't seem like it's in the cards. Right now in the money, 70 pennies. I'll take some more out if it breaks 72 even. Brennan, what do you got?
No little one moving in the pre-market here. JFIN on the NASDAQ just popped up on another volume spike there. $4. Bit of a problem possibly for JFIN positive news aftermarket on this one, guys. But it wasn't really doing anything in the pre-market. So testing $4 here for JFIN.
JFIN. Okay, yeah, that was. Oh, wasn't JFIN? I mean, Brendan, that was. And I think Neil remembers as well. That one went parabolic like crazy not too long ago. JFIN. So, and here goes Micron. We're waiting at 08. If we can. Oh, we got 08s. Okay, so I mean, there it is, guys. Just rain the money down. I've only taken 2 positions today. It's been Micron and Neo, and they've been absolutely fantastic. You might see Apple in my position board. That was a testing trade to make sure that our board was working for you guys. Just part of the production team. I want to give a big thank you as well to Rob and Lucas for what they're doing, man. They're working super hard, getting you those graphics and getting us set up here. And thank you so much, guys, for all the hard work you're doing. Neil and I have the easy job here. We get to do, obviously, what we love, and we couldn't be able to do that without the production team. So thank you so much for that one. Palantir, let's just check back on it. I know Brendan's eagerly waiting, and if anything pops off, he'll let us know. But look at this, guys. Still 33 million shares to buy on the market on open. So, Neil, that should be pretty exciting.
That's
needless to say, let's talk about maybe your pen. I'm going to go back over to DraftKings.
Yeah, I
right
mean,
now.
pen, it's back to about like 15, about 38 cents in the money or so. We did take 50 on the first little bit. We'll see what we can't do about the rest of that trade. I still have that 73.30 5 stop. NNDM, I just want to quickly update you. I will take some off in front of the pre-market low, that 240 level. You know, I'm not going to sit here and shy away from like 10 cents. You got to scalp some of these trades, especially when they're these cheaper names. So 255 is my price. If it breaks 40s, I'll take some more shares out in front of the pre-market bottom at 230. And then I'm looking at 213, call it 215. That was yesterday's close. That's the ultimate goal for that. I'm getting back into Nikola. It's holding that 1890. I got out the first time there when it broke, but 1940, the pre-market high as well. You go about a couple of days. That was a bit of a level in the afternoon. Brendan, what do you got?
Duke Energy, big move here, guys, in the energy space. 8.25% for Duke. Just broke $89 there. Looks like NextEra with a takeover offer. They're also talking about a larger solar project that they're just getting into. So big move up for DUK in New York.
Oh, hells yeah, Micron. I mean, we still got a little bit of this one, so we'll hit the cowbell. Wish we had it all, guys. But yeah, it does rain the money down for us. Micron making that magic happen today. If you hit the rewind button, man, come over and see what we were talking about at 9 o'clock. I tweeted out these levels. I tweeted out 48.50, and that was my hammer spot right there. We're able to get some shorts up here as well at 49 and change. So we switched up our game a little bit, man. We're not going to get into like 50 positions like sometimes I do. We're going to focus on a few key ones that we liked. And so far today, it's been Neo and Micron still making moves, man. I don't even have any downside targets. We gave you a $48 break. Let's just give it a little bit more room. We are now near. This was a nice little spot to pick up. What is this? 48? Yeah, we're still below this. 75s. 47.80 was the top back in early September. So we can put, and that's right where we are right now. So let's get out of a little bit right now. What a big trade here on Micron, guys. Still 57 cents in the money, $1.20 in the money from our initial short.
Yeah, Nikola starts to head back down to that 1850 level. If it breaks that, I'll be taking some shares off. I did get back in at 1880, similar, better price than we had the first time. ITRM, another halt to the upside here. Well, actually, technically speaking, you're going to see it kind of halt down. I mean, really, it did make a top at 244. We talked about this at that $2 area. It halted on the break, so there's no way you're taking that breakout trade. It's not actually giving you any trading opportunity longer than a couple of minutes or so. So I'm going to stay away from it till you get a clear down halt below one of these levels. So below that 215, ideally below that $2 level that we identified on the daily chart. Otherwise, you got to stay away from this one unless you're willing to hold through some halts. Above $2, there was no key levels till you got to like 4. So you're playing with a bit of fire with this one, and we could have multiple halts throughout the morning on ITRM. Brendan, what do you got, bud?
We saw that mid-morning move in the cannabis space yesterday. Big move up. This started about 11 o'clock yesterday morning, if you remember. This is ACB, but it looks like they're all starting to go again. But nice little pop here to $5 on ACB, guys.
Oh, man, we talked about that. Where's Weed Batman? Is he in the building here or not? I gave a whole little speech yesterday about why, after the debate, the cannabis companies should be running, and I didn't do anything about it. So, but what we did do about it is bang, another one through. We notice Neil comes all the way back up, and we get flat. We're completely flat of Neil, and then we get long again. You can see the price, 21.78, man. Just took some out right there, 84. Just took some out, 87. So just rinsing and repeating that trade as it goes. And then not only that, but look at this out. We went to a longer time frame, and we said 47.80 might have some resistance levels behind it. And look, out 47.85. Saved ourselves a little bit of money back to the upside right there. Neo, now it falls back down. We're out of the half half. We are going to give it back down to this little bottom wick. Not going to hold this. If it wants to fall, you can fall, my friend. You've been up nicely today, and we've absolutely crushed you. So if Neil comes back downside, we will drop this. Remember what we always say. Don't send bad money after good. I don't need to keep trading this. So we lightened it up here, and here it comes. We're going to get out if it does break this bottom. No averaging in for this guy today. What's up, Beef?
I mentioned CCL earlier, guys, but Norwegian going here as well. Nice little look here, 8% for Norwegian. Look at the volume coming in as well. So higher relative volume on these moves behind some of the travel names, guys.
From short to long, Penn just took the top off, guys. So I did take some prop 50-cent winner. I got back in front of 73.30. You can see here, got some at 18. But once it took out that 73.35, quickly show you on the 15-minute here, that's going to be the third break, technically, if you look at it from yesterday's action. Let's see if we can't get towards that 75 target. So the long is on in Penn. Let's see how big it's going to be. You almost have to give it back at least to like this 72.25-ish area. That was an initial sort of jump-off point to the downside if you go to yesterday's pre-market action. But the way Penn is going, it might not come into play. Let's see what happens a dollar higher here. But the first leg, it will probably be 73.75 to see if we can get some shares out. Wow, Penn to the moon. I did get back into CTIC, new position alert. It is not the first trade in CTIC, but after getting blown out in what was directionally a good idea, I did say if it comes back down, test that 220 area, I would take another shot. And here we are, short at 18.5, right in front of that 220 mark. I will take more at 25s and 30s if I can, and rinse and repeat on CTIC. Brendan, what's up, buddy? One
of these little clean energy names just popping back up here, PEC. If you remember from last week, we mentioned this one went from $3 to $14.50. We're trading around $10 right now. So PEC picking up a new contract, a rather large contract in the state of Maine, which is good for them, obviously. So just made day highs there on big time volume, guys, PECK.
And yeah, we just gave a little Brittany reference there in the chat, but yeah, we did it again here, guys, on NEO. We picked up some at 78. We noticed that 80 level coming into play once again, drops below. We know we have these bottoms, so we pick it up and we give ourselves like 10 cents worth of room just to go ahead and absolutely demolish this one back to the upside. So a big win there. New position alert, Draft-O King-O right now. So Donkey Kong now making moves to the upside. We're long at 57. We'll see if we get some out here. It's instantly in the money. Boom, another one. So there it is, man. We're going to go 3 for 3 today as DraftKings making moves to the upside. Just got some out there at 12, so that's a good move. NEO, again, another 23-cent win for us. 41 cents on the short side of Micron. And DraftKings just hovering around, man. We're long here at 57. I know, Neil, you reversed a long in Penn. Let's hope some of these names just keep on ripping for us, man.
Yeah, ITRM just opened above $2, so no short there for me yet, but I did take some out. Like I said, 73.75 area on Penn would be the first leg. It does turn around at that price, so I take some shares out, 74 and 62 on the way back in. So solid wins here. It is looking like it wants to take out 74 even. I'll probably cover a little bit more in front of that price. Look, you're not really going to find any obvious levels till you get to, so that's the daily chart, till you get to like that 75 even area. That was a hard top last week on the 22nd, and then the next day on the 23rd at the open. So 75 is the ultimate target. I wouldn't hold too many shares through that price, guys.
Yeah, and I'm just talking here about DraftKings, guys. Look at this move. We take long 57. Bang to the upside, out 30s, out 40s, out 20s. Big win there. Micron back down to days low as well. Man, everything is getting punched in the mouth today. Micron downside, boom. NEO, 32-cent winner right now. Boom on that one as well. What a day, man. We are just rocking and rolling. We're posting all of these on Twitter. My best day of the month, maybe right now. Let's go, Brendan. Wow.
Another one, Beyond Meat, guys. We mentioned it yesterday. Huge mover on the morning yesterday after that expansion of the Walmart news came out. Just took out that high. So that high we put in right off the bat around 170 yesterday, straight through to 171 for Beyond Meat.
So I said it was going to be tricky, and you've got to be careful when you're trading all these halt names. ITRM does get a halt to the downside, then trades below that $2 area that I was looking at from the daily chart. I got in, and it literally instantly halted. So I'm short side at 198. Now, we had the ability here to use market on open orders if I wanted to. Regardless of where it opened up, I could take it out. It's a $2 stock, and because I don't have a max size on, I'm going to go ahead and hold it. If it does break any one of these prices to the upside, now obviously 230 and 240, I much more prefer this 215. If I can manage it to that level, that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. I do have a few minutes here to have a bit of a plan of action. It's like 4 minutes to go till the open, so I can bring you guys back over to Penn. As this continues to push, guys, I did take some shares out, like we said, 73, 75. It continues to push up to 74. I might take a little bit more out just in case there's resistance at that price, but I want at least half on board, and I still have 2/3 of it right now. I want at least half on board if it breaks 24 or 74. See if we get to that 75 mark that we showed you guys on the 15-minute chart. Big level to the upside there. Penn, if you can't beat them, join them. It was a reversal at that 73.30 all day long. I'm interested to see which one's going to win the battle to the upside. Penn, 6.5%. I'm not sure exactly what Donkey Kong is up today right now.
No, Donkey Kong's up nothing, 2.5%. But we are winning this battle with DraftKings right now today. What a big mover, man. It just rockets up my board there. We're 3 for 3. 3 stocks. We're 4 for 4, but the Apple doesn't count. 3 for 3, man. DraftKings, Micron, we still got a piece of this one, and I just wish we had it all, Brandon and Neil, because this one just making moves to the downside. It goes down even $1 even further. We keep talking about it, but on our watch list and on Twitter were all of these names, man. I gave everybody all of these levels, including this one. Double shot power on Neil here. Bang, bang, bang. Let's get some more out. And DraftKings, we're going to hold this one. We just got some out at the day's high, near all-time highs. We're going to wait to see on this fade back through 56.90 if that happens. Thank you, Miss V, with the refill. So we are now reloaded. Thank you, Miss Valeria, for that one. We'll take a nice little sip here. 81-cent winner on Micron, 55-cent winner on Neo, 25-cent win on Donkey Kong. What up, B?
Lennar, guys, LEN here, 1.7%. Just saw this. Not one we look at or trade much on the show, but Moody's out with increase in their price target on this one and a periodic review of Lennar. So nice look. This is actually all-time highs for LEN, guys.
Just took some shares out on the way back in at 74 on Penn, so quickly take like 65 pennies on that last little exit here. I still actually am holding on to half the position, so if it does want to come back, I'll go with like a 73 stop. I'll give it some room to the downside. I actually think even if it holds that 73, that could be a place to buy on a little bit of a dip. From Penn to the second trade in Nikola here, guys. I mean, it's kind of going sideways. Stopped out the first time, but I didn't actually give it to the high. This time it's rolling over. It's now held 1890 again a couple of times. This is the level from yesterday's action that we're working with. 1940, of course, is a pre-market high here that you can work with that one if you want to. We'll definitely take some out in front of low of the day, but I want to have some on board. If this takes out 1820, I want to be net short, not trying to get short at the bottom. I want to be sitting in the short in the event that does happen. Also want to bring you guys back over to NNDM. This is the only small cap that's worked for me without any hits today, and it is just slowly and sleepily holding this little bottom here. I've taken some out in front of 240. It's now got to break 240 for me to cover any more shares here. I've got to go deeper in the money than just the 10 or 12 cents it is right now.
All right, yeah, we're at the highest part of the day, and I know a lot of you guys have already made your goals for the day. So have I. So congratulations to everybody who is just crushing it today. We'll do a disco ball for the dance, but it's just been amazing how many stocks we've had today that have just been runners and just great trades. DraftKings included, just our most recent destruction rate there. Let's check out Mr. Softy, 208. Okay, that's not a bad little level here as we go, but again, pretty choppy. Looking to break out the top right now. Is Microsoft. Brendan, give it to us.
That Aptorum, guys, from yesterday, APM, if you remember that huge mover that was halting every 5 minutes or so, fall from grace, to say the least, in the afternoon. $11 down to $4. We're at 3 right now, which is kind of this congestion on the daily chart, but looking like it might want to test lower on APM once again, guys.
And ITRM just opened up. I was about to go to that stock there, Brennan, but ITRM does open lower than that $2 mark. So I'm hanging on here, guys. I'm short at 198. It's 215 that I want to give it to. If it gets back to the original breakout at 170, I can take some profit off. Looks like, well, and of course, as I say it, we get right to that price. So quickly taking off some 25-cent scalp trades. Next level down would be a 150 area. I do anticipate the chance there could be further halts. But I wanted it on the south side of $2. I was able to get back in. Unfortunately, it halted basically instantaneous. I got in and halted literally like 30 seconds later. Not even that. It's 215 I'm giving this to. It's 150 that would be the ultimate target. I might hold on to 20% below that price, but I don't want to get too greedy. This one could halt on the way down. If this 170 does break, I anticipate another halt. I might have to hold through that if I want to get that 150, but nothing risked, nothing gained is the way it's going to go in this market, guys. I'll bring you guys all the way back over to Penn. This is the only long position I have on right now. There was a pullback. I mentioned if it held at 73, I would look to get back into some more shares, buy on the dip. It barely wicked down to like 35, 36 before turning to the upside again. So no re-entry. It is, it's got like a 6 or 7 cent spread, but there was a chance if you were very aggressive, maybe you picked up like 40s or 50s. I wasn't trying to be that aggressive on Penn. I wanted to retake 74 even, take some shares out likely on the north side of that, 25s and 50s on the march towards that ultimate target. Of course, I am looking at 75. We showed you guys that one on the daily chart there and the 15-minute as well. So long in the money on that one. ITRM still in the money to the short side, and I'll get back to Nikola. Never more than 25 or 30 cents. Doesn't seem to want to go just yet.
Yeah, we were waiting for Nikola to take out the top there as we come off. I know you just talked about Penn, so DraftKings still near the high of the day. So we'll wait for that one. We're going to give it back to 56.90. We've talked about that a couple times there. And yeah, Hydration Nation's going well, man. We started at 7 a.m. and now we're down to 11. So we continue to crush this, and that's a good thing there. Covered in snow. Good job there, Roki1. Thanks for the super chat. Let's look at some snow. We didn't even talk about snow. Maybe Neil did there, but I don't know if we looked at this today. SNOW. Wow, I was waiting for this thing to get like 180-ish before I bought anything. And wow, what a mistake that was. Snow, just a good trade there. Making moves to the upside. If you look at a daily chart, it's going to look a little silly because obviously that's not the right chart. So we'll just click this here and see if it will load. There it goes. Here we go. Yeah, it's going to look silly because it just IPO'd, but I just want to give this level there. Great trade on that break of 250. If you get anywhere near there, 257 it came down to today, but it looks like there is some resistance there at 250. So anybody looking at snow, good on you. Good trade there, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Informer. That's what we got to say every time we do the snow. I don't think we actually even have a snowflake one, but it hadn't been in play, so I guess we sort of stayed away from it a little bit. Probably should jump back to it. The battle between IPOs and direct listings going to be full force today, as we do see it. We don't know when they're going to open up. A Palantir we're looking at very, very heavily because the open interest is nuts. Just broke 240 on NNDM, but retook that price rather instantly, so I was not able to get on any shares. If it comes back down, like in the high 30s, I'll probably take some more shares off on this trade. It is working out. I do want to jump you guys very, very quickly back over to the sort of Carnival of the cruise space here. Not Carnival, but RCL. Making some fresh highs, or at least testing some fresh highs. Brendan mentioning the bump up in the entire space. I haven't made an execution yet.
The market.
But we just took it. The market's running. We just took off or took out this 67.50 area. So watch out. RCL, Carnival, all these in breakout territory. RCL, probably the next target would be 70. I would expect some resistance, but the breakout is certainly on in those names. Let's go NNDM. I need you down like 5 cents more.
I'm so impressed with this market move. I thought yesterday, I was tweeting last night. Those of you that saw it, a lot of love for the tweets I gave last night through the debate. There's nothing political in them, just that we were excited for it. And I know a lot of you were as well. And I'm really surprised the market is as strong as it is today. So that's Micron. I just want to give you guys quickly before we go to Brendan with happening now. I know Neil's on Nikola, so he's right. It's not doing anything. I just want to give people some targets upside here. I will go long if we do break about here, 1910, 1920, 1925, something like that. We are going to be looking long there as DraftKings continues to make new highs. I'm sure the same is true for Penn, and we will look at CCL and some of those other names as we go when we come back. And there we go, DraftKings right now. Good idea today by us to trade these names. Penn and DraftKings making huge moves here today. Good trading here today for us. End of the month. It's September 30th. Let's go to the big screen with Brendan.
Yeah, I mentioned the index is still in negative territory on the month, but definitely trying to erase at least some of those declines. The S&P, the Dow, and NASDAQ all nicely higher here. The Dow actually leading today 1.1% to the upside. You can see tech stocks down here trying to get above that 1% mark. 0.9% for the composite in the 100. S&P 0.8%. Russell small caps also having a nice day, 0.8%. Here in Toronto, the TSX 0.3% to the upside. Down in Brazil, 1.25%. We saw that early move from the BOVESPA opening at 9. Want to mention a couple of things from the watch list, guys. Sign up for the watch list if you haven't. Absolutely free. We'll send it to you every single morning. Disney was on that watch list, coming back to basically where we closed yesterday. The 28,000 or so layoffs announced this morning. So that was the reason for the gap down, but right back higher. Apple also on the watch list this morning. No real significant news, but nice look for Apple here. 114.75 all the way up to, what was that, 116. Nice move right off the bat there for Apple, and Facebook as well. Having a nice day. Also trying to put in day highs, guys. Back over to you.
I always say that if we come away from a Brendan segment and have a winning trade on, or get a winning execution, it's going to be Penn. Look, it's going to be somehow it's going to be the bigger cap names. I'm not always trading in Penn or DraftKings. Usually it's like once a week for these. But I did like that breakout trade. I did try the short as usual. It's a setup I'll always go with. The reversal here at 35. I just did get some out on the north side of that 74.25 mark. So it's just over $1 win. The target's been 75 even. The last of my shares is either going to come back through that break-even price, or it's going to give us that 75 target for like $1.50 or so winner on the last little bit. I'm actually taking off, if I can, a few more shares of ITRM and moving my stop to $2, which is break even, because that is catching a bit of a bid. Watch out if it breaks through $2. I would not hold shorts through there if you have them. It might even be worth a breakout to the long side if you want to think about it. Could be a secondary squeeze coming if it can't hold, or if it does hold that 180 mark. But right now, pennies away from giving us that 75 exit, which would be almost a perfect trade. I did try that short at first.
Okay, yeah, DraftKings, we just talked about that. We just took some out there at 50. That's a pretty typical play for me. Now we'll just hold the rest and see what happens to the upside. As a holder of this stock, we are super excited about that idea. So we'll wait to see how high it wants to continue to go. We did talk about CCL, and I want to say what up to Daryl Flinch there on the chat. Was with me there. Here it is right here. Talking about with us on NEO at the Open. Where was it? It was right here. And congratulations to you as well. You did a quick scalp on CCL, but then definitely with you on the NEO at Open. And yeah, if you were, then wow, you've cashed in. That's my number. Actually, Micron's my number one stock there, so I can't lie about that. 15.95 to the upside on CCL. I think this market is just way too big today. Let's see what the ES is up here. I was a little nervous coming away from the debate on what may happen, but the market, for some reason, I guess, likes that. So we'll wait to see here what's going to happen on November 3rd. We'll wait to see. The market on that day is going to be insane. Up 1% today, and CCL taking out some of these tops. Maybe, Daryl, you can let me know what you do think about some of these levels. We are now above that 50-period moving average. Do we go long through 16 here? I am not too sure. I may actually look to fade this one. It does seem like it's a little high right now on these names, and speak about being a little bit high. We'll take a quick look here on CGC, because that was another name that we wanted to look at post-election. And yeah, 1.45%, but definitely not as much as we thought. I think if the Democrats can get in, that would obviously be a positive move for the marijuana space, or the cannabis space. So we'll wait to see if CGC eventually gets going at some point today.
Yeah, going to do my best for you guys to always update the crazy movement happening in something like an ITRM here. I mentioned to you both in the chat and here a bit of a bid that just picked up steam around 175, 180. I had already taken shares out, but I still had half my position. I moved my stop because of the strength that it was showing. About to break even. It was a $2 stop and a 98 short. And look at this, guys. It breaks and immediately halts. And this is the thing. I didn't want to be caught short if it was halting back to the upside. So I made sure I got out of it. That's why I updated to you real time what I was going to be doing. I don't think any of you really want to be caught shorting any of these in a halt state. It's just not going to be worth the risk, in my humble opinion. I know some people do those YOLO trades when these things go parabolic. And yeah, there's money to be made, but if you pick your spots, you might do a little bit better. I don't think I picked my spots maybe diligently enough. And Nikolai started getting into this position a little bit early, and I feel like I liked 1890 a little bit better. This time my short is at 1880. That way I'm giving it a little bit more room. It's starting to roll over. Once it breaks 50, I'll start taking some shares out if I can get like 40 or 50 cents like I wanted to the first time, and then see if it can take out the bottom. But finally heading downside is Nikola. It's been a patience game with this stock. Brendan, what do you have?
Momo, guys, we've looked at MOMO, not seeing anything in the way of news on this, but decent move here from $13.30 up to approaching $14 here, which was a big level yesterday. I mean, very weak on the daily chart, but up 2% on decent volume for Momo.
Yeah, Momo. Some Chinese names today going upside there. Obviously, again, probably due to the debate, we've had to talk about that. CTI Biopharma here. Okay, CTIC, haven't traded this one, but we are getting close to $2. We will take that break now that we're below VWAP here. Pretty confident in that break, so we'll wait to see if CTIC does take out $2 to the downside, 40 million shares. So makes sense if that one wants to go, so we'll wait for that. That's CTIC. NIO still going. Micron, we're out of that. Let's take a quick look at Workhorse. I can see that's moving a little bit. And I did want to give you guys this opportunity. Hit the like and make sure you hit the subscribe, man. We're getting close to 100,000 subscribers. If you can hit the like, the subscribe, that would be absolutely fantastic. And also, we do have the join button. I don't know if anybody wants to hit that. I don't have that on my screen, but you can join us up. And what it does get you is some of the emojis we get to see on here. You get to be green. You get different emojis here you can send through. If anybody wants to show some demos on there, you can let that know. And then also, guys, we are proud to announce that, once a month, it'd be the last Monday of the month, we will do for members only a chat. It was so popular, Neil and Brendan, last time that, or I guess 2 days ago, we had too many questions, so we're going to go an hour right now. I'm going to screen that call. Don't bother me, I'm on a show right now, but we will do an hour of calls for members only. Maybe we should do Zoom calls. We'll talk about that again in our meeting, but we will take questions and hopefully give you a little bit of one-on-one access with Neil, myself, Brendan, and Valeria. So that should be exciting. The last Monday of every month for all members. Thank you so much, guys, for all the love on the chat. And yeah, we love doing this for you.
Yeah, and here comes the next test at 75 on Penn. It did just pull back and hold 74. I'm going to go trail this one because I think if it rolls over at 75 here, I'll probably just get out on the way back in. But I want to give it some room just in case it blows right through that price. I'm not actually seeing anything in the way of size. It's a psychological level of 75. I mean, it ticked up there close enough to get a quick little peek at it. I didn't see any large order flow. I would have expected something there at 75 on Penn. But if this move to the upside fails, I'll definitely trail this one back to like a 74.50 and then just see if I can't hold through 75 rather than just immediately take it out. So it'll be no worse than like $1.20 or so of a win, and hopefully even better than that. This is one of those reverse from short to longs. I always say, like, you can have an initial read in terms of or initial setup, but overall, if you find a key level and the stock is going, you just play with the momentum. A lot of shorts would have had the same stop and are thinking about the same thing, and a lot of breakouts at that 73.30 when it finally did go. Let's see what happens at that even 75 level. Nikola still, I mean, look, it's going to be, it is what it is. I'm not really taking it off down here. It's the second time it's tested around 1850. It looks weaker this time than it did the first, so I'm going to hang on. Not going to adjust anything about this second trade. I'm still looking for about 1830 to 1840 for a target out. So Penn through 75, Nikola hopefully through this 1850, and then NNDM, I'll get you guys back to this short. It's getting to the place where I might start reloading if it gets above that 50 mark. But if it breaks 270, I will be all out of NNDM. You don't want to be caught in front of the train when you start going to the upside. It's already 10-10. And you know what that means. We need to go to the big screen with Brendan for upgrades and downgrades.
Hey guys, yeah, let's get you a few more symbols to have a look at. We've talked about a couple of these already, but I wanted to mention this one again, Canada Goose. I'll show you the chart in a second. Great opportunity through the pre-market there, or pre-market high for Canada Goose on an upgrade. Big lots down. We were trading that last week, I think it was, off of earnings. Hasbro, Starbucks, Valeria got upgraded today. Penn National, yeah, there was a downgrade, price target decrease on Penn National, but no one seems to care because it's very, very strong. So we'll have a look at Penn National over here. You can trade it in the U.S., obviously, but here's Canada Goose in Toronto, 7.7%. We got as high as 44.50, coming back into 42.5 right now, trying to hold at 42.5. So Canada Goose having quite the day. Yeah, there it is. Penn, 7.5%. Look at that level, 71, straight through to 75. A couple of downgrades on Penn, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Like, a couple of downgrades on Penn. I came in looking to short it off that move to the upside. It is, you just have to play the price action. Here's that, again, 1850 break to the downside on nickel. It still has to take out this opening range bottom. That'll be 1820. I am taking some shares out in front of it. Pre-market low, I mean, this is low volume. It doesn't really matter. I'm going psychological $18 even area. That'll be the next target if it does break low of day. And then, if you go back, and we talked about this all week long, there was like one little wick here down when it broke 17, and that's going to be like 16 and change that Nikola got to. I'd be all out in front of that if I could. I will tell you it is going to be, and I'll give the hot dog a winner for Penn here because it's baseball season, and I did have the hot dog for the Jays game. It didn't go the way I wanted. It is what it is. The Jays are definitely in tough. Short sellers on Penn are probably in tougher than the Jays are, who actually have a shot with the race going in game 2. But I got trailed out here at 74.50. As I said, could happen. If it failed at 75, I adjusted instead of like maybe taking the extra 50 pennies and see if I could get out at the absolute target. It was looking strong enough that I said, let me try and trail it here. And then if it makes a breakthrough, I'll hold through that break of 75 even. I might still go ahead and take a breakout trade for a smaller position on 75 just in case Penn wants to go parabolic again. But nice trade here to the long side. For some reason, it looks like it's going to be Penn in the big cap instead of those small cappers. Only NNDM has worked in that regard for me.
Okay, guys, and we're doing it again and again and again right now. Look at Neo, Brendan. I don't know if there's news on this name or not, but we're still long, and it's 75 cents now in the money to the upside. Neo just takes off like crazy there, touching 22.40, almost back to day's high. Oh, yeah, you want to go talk about some craziness? Look at Softy, man. We talked about looking at some of these names. We go long down here, 208.20. It rips up into the 40s, and we take some out there, 45 for a nice little 25 cent win there. And our DraftKings is still at the high of the day. So right now, Neo, Microsoft, and DraftKings all running. Unfortunately, we did take a short in front of 26 for Workhorse. It was small, and we did lose on that one. But just to let you know, I was in and out there of Workhorse on that move. So I just thought it could hold 26. It did not. What's up, Beep?
I don't see anything new, guys, on Neo. Apparently, the CEO going to be on Mad Money on that other channel coming up later this afternoon. So watch out for that. CRM, Salesforce, just popping up on a volume scanner here through day highs, 250.50, I should say, which kind of corresponds with the top end of the range on the daily chart. So CRM moving, guys.
Yeah, CRM moving around here. I'm noticing that one. I think. And just would be my thought, and I don't know what I'm doing, but I do think that maybe CRM splits. If that's the announcement, then watch out. That's probably what this huge spike was obviously all about. Mark Benioff, one of the smartest CEOs around. We'll see what does happen there on CRM. You like that name drop there? That's not bad. The fact that I know that, I'm pretty proud of myself. Okay, Neo to the upside right now, 22.50. Looking at a top. Wow, no new news there. Let's just hold on to this one. We're at our highest spot of the day, so we'll explode some money here for that. We just did a nice little move on Microsoft as well, taking that one. As you guys can see, just playing off some of these bottoms. Ultimate bottom down here, 207 and change. We'll pick some more up if we can, but out for 20 cents, out for 15 cents, and we'll hold the rest to see if we can keep going on the NASDAQ here. And the reason why, look at Softy, 0.52. Look at Apple right now. Apple, 0.15. So Apple pretty strong. Microsoft needs to catch it up right now. And there it goes, man. NIO, 70 cents in the money. DraftKings, 55 cents in the money. DraftKings now at day's high. There's chicken dinner winners everywhere. So we are actually having, I think, some cheddar crusted chicken, something like that tonight. The wife is getting ready to throw that down. So there's a chicken dinner winner for you. We can celebrate that, DraftKings.
Yeah, just going to show you guys Nikola here. It does test that opening range bottom. I talked about this 1820, get out in front of it. Finally do get that 50 penny winner on Nikola here. I'm still holding on to that next 30. If it breaks the low, next target 18. If it breaks 18, we showed you on the daily chart one time and wicked it like 16 and change, but 17 was the real support. If it wants to give a retest of this 1890 area, that's the only price I'd consider getting back in just to see if it can hold that lower high. Nikola finally looking more weak, and of course, still up in the air, that GM deal to be finalized. There was expectation that something could come of it today. It looks like that might be pushed off, guys. So Nikola, it is what it is. I'll hang on to that short. We've got our levels locked and loaded. I also mentioned on NNDM, I would add to the position if it gave any kind of sideways action in front of 250. I've gone ahead and done that. So initial shares short were around 55. These shares I pick up on the south side. So now looking at a 52 average price. I'll take out in front of low of day. Then from there, I'm looking at 215. 213 was yesterday's close. This one's worked all morning long. And I can tell you that CTIC and ITRM, very mixed results here. At least ITRM discipline worked out. But I didn't want to hold to a halt. Had I done so, would I got my target? Yes. Am I going to hold through that halt to the upside? Nah, not going to do it. You're still seeing it halt every few minutes. Maybe it'll calm down a little bit here, but it'll open for a minute or two and then immediately halt. Not ideal for active trading, in my opinion, unless you just want to go YOLO and gamble.
Yeah, and I'm saying at Marlin, sick Marlin, good trade there on Microsoft. Because if you're with me, then you must look at Microsoft, guys. 70-cent winner right now. Yahoo! This just keeps on ripping, man. Big time trades here today. We're perfect on everything today, man. DraftKings, 81 cents in the money. You with me or not? Microsoft, 61 cents in the money. Bang that. 61 cents in 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes. 61-cent winner. Neo, 57-cent winner. That's Workhorse. Neo, 57-cent winner right now as well, making moves to the top. So right now, hells to the we're doing backflips right now. Big time mover all the way up to 209. This is Softy just making those moves upside. 209, maybe some little cause for resistance right here on that number. Here's the high side, 209.20 or so. I think this is probably worth dropping some. Let's get out of this Softy and just celebrate, guys, with a banger for you. Like, not often am I going to have, well, it does happen often, but it's very luckily to have 3 straight winners, all more than 70 cents on board here. And the perfect day continues, man. Let's just keep the momentum going all day, every day. Thank you for the love, guys. It's been a fantastic day here. And we do have, this is probably my favorite segment where Brendan reviews some small caps. So let's get that recap going.
Hey guys, let's talk small cap world. Crazy moves in this sector of the world. Once again today, I want to mention NNDM here. It was 290. If you go to the daily chart, 290, that high, and then a little congestion. If you go all the way back to the end of May, kind of beginning of June, we were up around that 293 area. So bounced off that really early this morning, waiting for the bounce. So once you get that big red kind of reversal candle, waiting for any kind of uptick to be short that. So yeah, it's been a little bit sleepy, as Neil was saying, kind of grinding to the downside still, but still working on that one. NNDM, that was a tough one this morning. Did give you a flush versus 250, down to $2 here, was that low. I got out of the rest on that move to the top side. So again, waiting for kind of an uptick back in that one again. CTIC, we'll see if we can't get a little continuation to the downside. ITRM, this is what happens. This is why we say have to have your outs. If you get away from something like I did this morning, shorting this versus the high here, 175, 180, got caught in these halts. So a bit of an ugly one there. After getting caught in the halt. So have your outs. If you get away from a stock looking at something else, that's what happens. You end up getting caught in halts. We're getting back into this one, though, and seeing if we can't work that back to the downside. So lots of action, guys. Also watching the Palantir and ASAN. Nothing yet on any kind of opening time yet, but we'll see for PLTR and ASAN as well, guys.
I feel like we've been mentioning Palantir a little bit more than Asana there. Apologies, but it had that ridiculous open interest. If you were here, if you didn't join us when we went over the names in the watch list, and Sean, as he talked about Palantir, massive opening interest in terms of what the imbalance is looking like. So the opening trade could get crazy. That's why we keep mentioning that one. Nikola, I'm going to keep talking about it. Like as Neo goes up, Nikola finally comes down. It just tested 18 even, so I will take a 70-cent winner off, as I said I would. If it breaks 18 here, I did identify the next level down for me. It's going to be right here at 17. I know it wicked down to 16, but 17 is that price I'd like to get. If we can get $1.50 out of Nikola, I'll be very happy with that short. I just feel like I got in too early, starting the first short position, not allowing me to hold a test of the level that I liked at 18.90. When it came back in, we jumped back into position on the way down, which I think is the best way to get it. Not necessarily staying in front of the train, but I prefer entries if you catch it, testing a level and failing. That's the best way to get in on this rollover trade. Looking like the second time is going to work here on Nikola for a bigger win, but 18 has to break first. Not a ton of size on this bid, so it has a good shot to chew right through that. It's done 9 million, 35,000 shares. Not a heck of a lot of resistance for a stock like Nikola.
Nope, Nikola's a good one. And yeah, we're not taking out the stick yet for Nikola, but we will have a look at that as well if you guys want to know when I'm going to get it. I was bullish on the name. Still waiting for GM. Hey, guys, what's up? Yeah, we're crushing the water today. We're crushing everything today. It's been a fantastic one for us. So we've lined up the pins for you. And bull strike today. So Microsoft straight to the upside. I just tweeted out some of the trades that I've made and then just letting everybody know, and I've told you on the show, this is the best day for me this month as we're basically 1, 2, 3, 4 for 4 besides a little baby loss there on Workhorse. But Microsoft, when we get into softy, we like it. And Marlon, if you're with me, Marlon, yeah, congratulations because Microsoft is now $1 in the money. So when I last left you guys, I had 3 stocks, all 60 cents in the money. DraftKings, 90 cents in the money. Microsoft, $1 in the money. NEO, 80 cents in the money. So we've increased our profits. Everything that I have is now at its high of the day. Why? Because look at the market, man. The market is just taking off. We'd be foolish to get out of anything right now, I feel like this, on this market. But we are getting pretty high, man. NEO may have extended itself a little bit too much. So if this does drop down below 22.44, we will get out of that one. But yeah, hells to the yeah. We're holding Softy. That's $1. We're going to hold that one if we can. And DraftKings also $1 in the money. So back-to-back jacks. Neil's watching baseball, but we're hitting the home runs over here. So we'll line it up, set it up, hit the home runs. I did watch the Blue Jays yesterday. I have a little baby trade bet on them for the series. Hopefully you're right, and Ryu can pick it up today. We do have a video on sports betting. Check it out, Market Wisdom.
Yeah, if they don't hit, nothing's going to matter. I mean, the pitching was fantastic for the Jays, at least until we put in A.J. Cole. So if you're putting in guys like that, no offense to A.J. Cole, obviously he's a big leaguer, but he's just not a good pitcher. It is what it is. JFIN, the trade action has been pretty good here, so I'm going to be all over it, guys. Thank you, Cameron, for the super chat there. We appreciate all of the support that you guys give us. Always great to grow this community and have you guys give back to us. We're trying to give to you our best ideas and what we're doing in the market. But JFIN, I want to quickly come back to this. It's putting in a bit of a double bottom here at this 340 mark. You just go back a couple of sessions ago here to this 330 level. Maybe that turns into support. It's already gone parabolic and returned. So this is what I mean. It's both the pre-market low and this current low at 340. That's got to be a key level here. If you're looking for a long in JFIN, not a horrible place. If it can get some sideways action, a bounce off 340 could give you some support below that price at 330 as well. And as we say it, we hit that 1,000 mark. So I feel like we have a really, really good shot at getting that astronaut graphic. And if you want to see Valeria's face on the astronaut graphic, I'm watching a really good one on Netflix called Away. And it's a lot of fun. These guys, our production crew, they do a really good job. We give them anything. We're like, hey, we want a graphic for Neo. We want something for electric cars. They give it to you. Valeria was very excited about this one, guys. So get us to that 2K and you'll be able to see her dance in an astronaut suit when we hit that mark. Before we talk about that, though, Brendan's got some news for us. What do you have?
PLL, guys, remember that Piedmont? This is the Tesla battery deal that we were talking about a couple days ago. Big move up, 17 to 55 and then back down again. But just popping up. This thing's already moved, what is it, $3.50 here on this little run up to the upside, but just broke that closing price from yesterday on a volume spike, guys.
Yeah, and good call there. Just responding to a message from a CEO. We won't talk about who it is, but thank you so much, my friend. Okay, Microsoft to the upside, $1.25 now in the money on this Microsoft trade. 209.80 right now. Making moves upside is Microsoft. I pulled this back and we saw some resistance up here at 209.20. Glad we didn't take that, as now we just keep on making moves upside, man. Eventually we're going to have to drop some of this. We'll find out where, but I feel like putting my feet up, man. I'm just waiting for Palantir now. My day is done, and I'm going to make it even bigger and better when Palantir opens up, I'm hoping. But $58 right here on DraftKings. That's not a bad spot to get rid of this one, but we're big time in the money as we'll just continue to floss it off, man. $1 now in on DraftKings and $1.12 on Microsoft. So we did go huge upside there. We got to get some back and get out of some of these. We're not holding everything for the ultimate moon, but what a great day it's been so far. Microsoft, DraftKings, MU, and NIO all just cheers if you're trading those ones today, especially to the long side.
Yeah, if
might run down.
Brendan just mentioned PLL here, guys. So quickly, is it just topped out at 26.50? I'm going to show you this here. Yesterday's afternoon action, 26.70 or so. You go back to the first parabolic move it had. 26.75 was the absolute bottom of that move. So it looks like 26.70 to about 27 even could be the first turnaround zone. A reasonable price for us to be able to short it was only about 16 cents a share, and this stock just put in a $4 move. Bottom to top here, guys. So I'll take that every single day. I think it's going to be a nice rollover shot. The first one, I just gave you the entry area, or the exit area, which would be 26.75 to 27. That's the stop area price. If it breaks 27 even, it's a hard stop. If it breaks 26.75, I would certainly consider getting out. But I'm going to look for the rollover trade in PLL. It was great the first time on the way down. Let's see if it can't fail to sustain this move to the upside and get back down, failing off of 27 even, guys. So PLL, I'm looking for the shorts in front of that price range, guys.
Yes, exactly. PLL, good trade there on that stock if it does go. PLL, big news with our boy Elon Musk. They're getting the lithium game. Okay, just to let you guys know, we did put a DraftKings stop order down here just below 58. I won't tell you exactly where, but you'll see it come out. If it does come out at 58, that's that. No, I'll tell you where. It's 57.95 is our out. And then that was Microsoft. That was DraftKings. And Microsoft, the same kind of thing down here. 209.15 on that. Look, I'm still like, I'm basically out. There it is. DraftKings out. Boom. Nice little chicken dinner winner for that one on DraftKings. Just comes out there for 90-cent win. And there goes Microsoft as well. So we do the double floss out. And yeah, it's been a big day. So air horn it out here as Microsoft in and out. Finally done that trade. We are completely flat. Oh, bad out there on DraftKings as it wicks all the way down. Now comes back to the upside. But we are out of DraftKings there for that 90 cents. So yeah, we're completely flat right now. I think this is a good time maybe for me to run and come right back and make sure I don't miss this Palantir.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know when that's going to open, guys. People have asked us questions. Now, certainly, we have no control in the markets when it's an IPO, a direct listing, or one of these things is going to start trading. Now, we do have the advantage. Just throw it into the system. I have my quote board here. It'll populate with a quote. We can also pull up a level 2. Our imbalance locator will show open interest going into it. So we have ways to see when it's getting close. No indications as of yet, but when we do get closer to an open on Palantir, and of course Asana as well, we'll let you guys know and get right to them. For now, Brendan has something for us. What do you have?
We're talking about some of the travel names a little bit earlier, mainly the cruise lines. Have a look at UAL. Just came into that 35.60 area, which was resistance on the way up here this morning, seeing if it can hold near the top end of the daily range, but 3.5% for UAL. Some of the other airlines, Love in particular, Southwest having a nice day as well. Valeria is having a look at what is moving around over in Europe. Let's go over to her.
Yes, Brandon, French company SUI is a positive mover in Europe after Veolia raised its offer to buy 29.9% stake in the company. Back to you.
Yeah, about an hour to go over in Europe as far as the session is concerned. We'll update it again in a half an hour, guys.
Yeah, you just mentioned that UAL, and it just gone to a very, very tight range on the way back here. The market's made, at least the ES anyways, is putting in and holding a top. I mean, the NQ looks a little bit stronger right now. Look, if the market turns here, I mean, UAL, the way it's sort of coiling up, that could be a good retracement play. It's not a lot of risk you should put on to that like 35.80 where it sort of pivoted to the downside. So I'm going to take a shot at it. I did get PLL. I wanted a second entry on the north side of 26, but it looks like it might be rolling over right here, right now. It's never bad if it immediately goes in the money for you, but when you have a target range, it can get tricky. Just watch out. A big buyer just stepped up at 26 for 50,000 shares. But I'm going to go short on a 35.60 break on UAL, giving it to 35.80. And if the market does turn around, it's only 20 cents worth of risk, what I think can give you like a 30 or 40 cent winner. So watch out for UAL to the downside. And PLL, man, I need to get over to that one almost right away just to show you guys, if I can, on the level 2. This is what I'm talking about. This buyer here stepped up literally like 20 seconds ago as I was watching UAL. If we take this one out, I want to be adding to my position to the short side in the event of a break. Still going to maintain that target area out 26.75 to 27 even, but I'm definitely adding if we break this buyer at 26 even, guys. And UAL, of course, if that breaks that bottom, we're going to take that short as well.
Yeah, and I just did, literally runs across. Yeah, I fought water and water won there, guys. So I'm back, and we're going to keep killing it today with the water. And I did want to say a big thank you again. I know we've already done this, but Cameron, you've supported the show over the last month, and we definitely appreciate that. Let me know, and again, I missed it because I was out, what exactly you guys were trading, Cameron. But congratulations if I see there. Yeah, Daryl also shouting you out. Thank you so much for everything on that one. I did want to, once before we throw to Brendan, quickly, I just want to see what what? Okay, Palantir, speechless, Brendan. 52 million shares on the market on open, imbalance. Locator, Mr. Wicked.
May have to revisit my order, guys, for that. BABA, we mentioned it earlier, moving to the upside here. Just had a nice little pullback into that earlier area. So we had a little bit of resistance on the way up around 290. So trying to hold 290 here. Alibaba up 4.7% on the day, guys.
Yeah, it's worth noting with a direct listing. Remember, like in IPO, the whole idea is that you got the underwriters figuring out where to price things so you can get the maximum return out of it. This is market driven here with these names, so I think that's why you're going to see some crazy action off of the open because no one really has a price to go off of. That reference price, you can almost throw that out the window. It doesn't necessarily mean anything to us here. It could open. Look, there's no price I think that you can say is too ridiculous. I mean, a double up. When I talked about their Morningstar, what their valuation was on Palantir, it was close to almost a double up relative to the reference price. So it wouldn't be crazy to see $12, $13 in my estimation. I initially was looking at 10 for a limit on open order. I think you might have to be more aggressive than that if you want to guarantee yourself a fill off the open. Still in that range in UAL, no entry point for me here. Got a break down below that 60 area, then I'll give it that 20 cents like I mentioned. So my order is locked and loaded. The second I'm in, I can then bracket to the upside there, that 35.80. And then PLL, it's still holding that bid at 26, guys. I have the one entry in this consolidation here. I sort of gave you the higher time frame look, 26.75 to 27 even. This is why I can short this in front of that parabolic move. Gonna give it to that 27 high. Only way I'm getting into more shares is a break back of 26 or give me a better price closer to 26.50. It might be the former that happens first, and as I say it, of course, the spread opens up like 25 cents, and I don't get the fill. You can see my order got thrown out when it broke 26, didn't actually get the fill, and if it comes back up, let's see if I can't catch it on the way up. A PLL, got Palantir on the brain here. PLL does break 26. I'm short there. Now a second time, 26 even, my average price. I'll go quickly back to Nikola. This continues to be in the money for me, but it's a bit of a slow churn. That is a grind, guys. That 18 level holds. I mean, it broke for like 5 cents or so, then came right back. I'm not changing anything. It has to break 18.90 for me to get out. Otherwise, I'm sticking with this trade. If it breaks 18, my target down here just in front of that 17 level. So Nikola, second time, looking like it's a charm on the short side trade.
And guys, thank you so much again for all the love everywhere here, including Twitter, including on the show. Over 5,500 people watching and some new members today. Again, we're going to do a monthly, at the last Monday of every month, for all members who join, $5 a month. We're going to do a group discussion and take your questions. Brendan, give it to us.
Yeah, I love that idea, guys. We had such a positive response on Monday this week. We're going to do it every single month for an hour. So Monday was 30 minutes. We're going to extend it out to an hour because we just could not get to enough questions in the 30 minutes. So thank you so much once again for everyone who came out. So next month again, last Monday, we'll do that again. Sit down and answer a whole bunch of questions. Do a little bit of a review, a monthly review. How was your month? We'll talk about that. CCC in New York just popped up here. Huge volume spike through 30.50. So a nice look here through this kind of technical high above 30.50 on CCC. Guys.
Great call there, Daryl. I did not short it up there. We just got distracted with something else, obviously with Microsoft and DraftKings, and we got out of those ones, and now they're pretty much at the same price, so that's a good one. Good call there, getting out. High side of CCL, $16. Good trade. I do like a break right now of $15.66. Give it back down here, $15.50. So let's give CCL a little bit of love. We will, again, this is going to be a quick scalp, so hopefully we don't have to give it all the way back down to here. I'd actually rather probably just give it to 59, maybe right in this range. If we do get long 66, we'll probably give it to about mid-50s, but that's the level that we like. However, the market may right now, this is the ES, you can see 33.60, we're kind of just bounced off there a few times, 33.60, 33.61, waiting for this level to break. So if we do come back to the downside, guys, I think we should be shorting some of these names now, possibly. You guys want to call on Neo? I don't know, man. We just got out at the high side there. We didn't take the ultimate price, but we did get out there. We've reloaded twice down here at 21.80, all profit there. So right now, I would actually rather wait. Chinese names are heated. It's because of the debate, obviously. I guess they don't think Trump did very well, and Biden will let China eat their lunch again if he becomes in control there. So I think China loves the Democratic Party, and nothing wrong with that. Trade is a good thing. So let's wait to see what does happen with some of these names. But that's why we get boosted today. Brendan's brought us in a couple times, BABA a couple times. And wow, what a mover that was, man. I missed that opportunity. 220 was a screaming buy for BABA.
Yeah, that buyer at 26 PLL stepped up again. Same size order, same price exactly, same gateway, even using EdgeX both times. So it got broken, it headed southbound, it was in the money like 30 or 40 pennies, and they stepped up again. I'm going to tighten my stop here just in case this is like a forever buyer at that price at 26 even. If that happens, fair enough. It'll break 26.50. It's a little tighter than giving it to that 75 to 27 range, but feels a little bit prudent. And if it breaks it this time again, I'm not going to change anything in terms of downside targets. I'm still going to give it to 25 even. If it breaks, look, if it breaks a second time, it's just going to be better for the shorts, but can't ignore someone buying up the shares like they are on that name. I will go back over to Penn. Did a test at 75. Of course, I told you guys I faded out of this trade already. I'm done with the long, at least in the short term here. It's been holding 74 in every single bounce. This is the strongest move to the upside. Failure at 75 so far. So if this breaks 74, obviously I'm going to be not be looking to pick this one up on a dip buy. Had it held 74 there, I would have taken the 75 break the second time. Next level I'll watch is that 73.35. That was our breakout trade to the long side. So if it can hold there, I definitely like that level. There goes PLL through 26.50. Like I said, I tightened my stop once that buyer stepped up a second time. Brendan, what do you got?
Another one we've looked at in the past, guys, fuel cell, F-cell, big move down today, 15%. You can see aftermarket yesterday, they announced a rather large offering. So I think it's 212 or 215 right at the bottom there. So we're kind of in that area right now. But all kinds of volume, all kinds of liquidity. If you like ones that are in a tight range, have a look at F-cell, guys.
How about Tesla right now, $1 in the money as we're doing it again right now on Yesla. We take a long there. We notice this little bump back upside. We'll hold it until we break back down through 430. Boom! A nice little win here on Yesla. Hit the siren. That's why we hit it. New trade alert. We're long at 431.90 here. Just broke to 435. Thought we were going to take out the day's high there. Let's see if we do that and continue a little bit higher here on Tesla. But what a day it's been today, man. So, yeah, we can do a little bit of a dance now. It just keeps on ripping. And I want to do a big thank you as well to you, Marlon. I know you just crushed it there. Sean Katina, cheers. 100K subs. Let's get these legends the silver play button from YouTube. Let's help these traders. Oh, that's what we get when we get to 100K. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, maybe we can get something there from YouTube. But big time mover. Thank you so much, Marlon. And yeah, we're feeling a little bit Superman-ish today as we do have $1 in the money right now on Tesla. Let's just see how far it goes. This is not a heavy trade, so we are going to see if it continues the day's move upside. However, we just should have maybe taken that $2 because it does stop there at day's high. But we're going to... Bang, and there it goes. Our electric car just continues to move upside here as we just continue to go up, man. Nice little win here. $2 in the money on Tesla. We're at our day's high. Don't know what else to tell you guys there. Here we go. Let's keep it going. Nice belly dance. Thank you so much. Back in my younger days. Brendan at the big board, guys, with sector recap or something. Let's go.
Something along those lines. Yeah, let's have a look at the S&P 500. 1.2%, or better part of 1.2%. We'll figure out what is leading so far on the day today. We talked about a couple of these from the tech sector here. Micron, 4.8% to the downside. We also have Western Digital, 5.6% to the downside. Everything else in this group nicely higher. So I mentioned earlier the Dow ahead of the NASDAQ today. That's kind of wise. There's a few negative names in the tech group. Consumer discretionary stocks, though, leading the way so far today. In particular, we said this right off the bat at 9:30. The travel names all here. Look at Norwegian up 7% on the day. RCL and CCL as well following suit. 3+% for the rest of the cruise lines. All the hotels are here. Starbucks is here, 2.6%. Yum Brands as well, even having a nice day, up about 2%. On this side of the board over here, Hasbro, Under Armour again today, 2 days in a row. Nice move for Under Armour. There's that Lennar we were talking about. L Brands, TJX, and Gap all back in positive territory. So consumer discretionary stocks leading the way. Industrials also. Every single one outside of LHX in positive territory. There you can see NLSN, 3.8%. Boeing, 2 days in a row for Boeing as well. A little bit of positivity yesterday for Boeing. So 3.5% again today. Caterpillar's here, FLS, URI, and GE, all 2+% to the upside. Way over in the corner here, just wanted to mention this NEE, 5% to the downside. That was an earnings name. But little teeny tiny one, so moving southbound. Otherwise, though, even utility stocks and energy stocks, worth noting, very positive. So overall, 1.08% just came in a little bit. Let's go back to Sean.
Okay, so Tesla breaks 430 there and we get out. So loser there on Tesla. So I don't know, that was a big spike down there. I was not trying to get too aggressive. It's 10:45. We did talk about that numerous times there. And yeah, don't really like that trade at this time of day. So we should have, like I said, noticed that it banged up against this 434 a couple times. Got out at probably the worst out there. So cost yourself a little bit of money, but that's okay. Someone said, how many coffees in? It's like 2 coffees in. We're more about the water today. We're already down to our 1 p.m. mark. So Mr. Wheelie Man, a shout out to you as well there for supporting the Hydration Nation. There's some talk here on CTIC. So I don't have that one yet. I was waiting for a $2 break, and $2 seems to be a great bottom there. Would have been a beautiful pickup, but we were thinking negatively. Obviously on the stock up 112%. We did look to short and fade that move out, and it's right near VWAP right now. So this could be something here for CTIC. Normally when we're doing this, I like to wait to see stocks take out the top of the day. That already happened right here. So this was kind of an easy long, breaking through 250, but it only goes to 257. So this name right now making moves back downside. I think the short, obviously you can see the moves on the short besides this move. Everything has sort of been downside. So let's just wait on CTIC right now. Check back in on Tesla. Yeah, it's still down at this level again. So we tried it, man. The NASDAQ, I talked about it being a little too heavy high on there. Good thing we got out of our softy. That saved us a little bit of money. And let's check back in on DraftKings. Wow. Street Fighter, I still issue the challenge, but this was a nice out. I'm not going to say perfect, but near the top there of DraftKings. Gave ourselves a little bit of resistance back down. This may be a good time to get long. Let's look at that.
Yeah, speaking of get long, I did mention to you guys, as Penn was creating to the downside, I gave you guys the new pullback target. I talked about it failing through 75, so not wanting to take 74s. The original breakout was at 73.30 that I had to the long side, so it does slam down, not through that price, but to that price on the way back up. I'll pick up the long there, so instead of dip buying at 24, gave you the adjustment after that test at 75 even. I will take some shares off on the way up. I will try to hold, the plan is to hold a 30 of these through for the retest of that high. It got to 75.25, so I'll definitely take profit out as I'm now about 50 cents in the money. If it gets closer to $1, I'll take a third. I'll take another 3 out in front of 75 even, and then I'll try to run this for another big move to the upside. And again, Penn has been, it's going to be my top stock of the day so far, but let's look at this. Let's look at the daily chart. There is always the chance that you can make an all-time high today. Look, it's still a couple of dollars away from here, up just shy of 77 even. But if 75 goes, the second time, sometimes it's the better trade on that even break. That psychological level shakes people out the first time. If it goes the second time, could really start to get a big-time runner with the market in Penn Gaming. Brendan, what do you have?
ETON. Notice this one in the pre-market. Wasn't doing a heck of a lot of volume, but a big gapper to the upside. Just broke through significant support from yesterday. So we're kind of back to the downside here for ETON. They had FDA approval on an adrenal support treatment. from the FDA, guys.
Right, yeah, adrenal support treatment. Yeah, obviously.
I don't want
yeah, Elon there, not Elon Musk, but Elon the stock. DraftKings, we did talk about going long again at 50, so there we are. We're long at 53, and it's instantly in the money, 10 cents. By instantly, I mean 1 minute later. We're going to wait to up here, man, 57. I'm just going to give it just to this, 57.80. So if we can't scalp out another 30 cents on this one, then we will do that and make back some of our Yesla money on this one as we break back down here to 430 downside. We'll see if that can hold 430. Not really sure about this market, like we keep talking about it. Probably near the top, man. I'm super excited about Palantir, which is still waiting to be open. As I almost thought it opened there when I said that, but it did not. Peloton, we go from Elon to Peloton. Peloton, a big mover here. We talked about buying this long term. Come on, DraftKings, we're almost there. Can we get this win? I'm sitting here at 76, and bang, a nice little win there on DraftKings. A quick 30 cents. I told you we'd pick that up. Look, man, this is just how the day's going. It's home run nation right now for me on DraftKings, on everything. We make back that Tesla money there. We just go back to the well and crush DraftKings. We are now, new position alert. You like when I hit this, so we'll do it again. CCL, 1566 long.
Yeah, just got out some on Peloton, Penn Gaming here. Right to plan here, 74, in front of 74.50. So we got the dip buy. On the way back up, we'll pick up 73. On the way back up, we'll pick up 73, 77 or so. We just took out like a 70-cent winner. Gonna look to, as I mentioned on the plan here, get some more info through a break of what is now the fresh high at 75.25. Of course, that even dollar mark looms large. If it makes this breakout through 75, good chance we can test that high in the day. We showed that at 76. Just shy of $77. So in the money once again in Penn. It's the best long I've had. Adjusting this. Look, if I had stuck with my original sort of dip buy plan, would I be in the money? Yeah, but it seemed like it was going to go a little further down. So I got a better price by 40 or 50 cents by adjusting my plan of action. That's why I tried to tell you guys what I was going to do as it happened. Brendan's got something for us. What's up, buddy?
Just saw a note here on Tesla, guys. If you are watching it, just a heads up. Electrek, which is a prominent EV space kind of website, reporting site, saying they're going to achieve record delivery volume for the quarter, looks like. So just double checking on the website itself, but not much of a reaction there. It's actually to the downside on the reaction, but positive, you would think, note on Tesla, guys.
Yeah, and I just want to give a shout out here. This is the best for me. Look, it doesn't matter how well we do. I mean, it does. I want to pay rent myself, but I am very. I don't have rent, but Marlon right here. Rent is paid today. Thank you so much. That's great. Let us know what trade that was. I think it was probably your Microsoft trade. That was absolutely fantastic. And someone else here. These guys are pretty good. Right here, James. What's up, James? We just stumbled upon this feed. Thank you so much. If you can share it, like it's amazing. I have 96 trades today, which is kind of low. Those of you that have been watching the show for a while know that generally I'm in the like 150, 160 mark, but I have switched up my game a little bit, and I'm going to just be trading bigger shares on more specific stocks and a little bit better trades. And you'll know, like today, I told you about Micron and what we were going to do to that stock. Bang, bang. That was my biggest trade of the day by far. And then my next biggest was NIO, the double refresh. And these are big share positions for me. Again, we put them on Twitter. I put my positions on there as well. I put them there at 9:10. It's also our watch list comes out as well, and we discuss that at 9 o'clock. So if you're interested in how we're trading, that's the best resource. I said free 99, and that confused people, so I'm not going to say that anymore. It's simply free. You can sign up watchlist.tradertv.live. Hit that watch list up. Valeria will get it, and there it is again there. Thank you so much, Ralph. You are also a big monster supporter of us, and the Dream Team killed it again. Thank you for DraftKings and Softy. I killed DraftKings. I killed Softy. Neil killed Penn. So same space. And as long as you guys are with us, then that's all that we really care about. Follow either one of us. But the most important thing, and I think Neil will agree, man, we're just trying to teach. And our positions are kind of irrelevant. We just want you to know why you get in, why we get in, and let's share the love and just continue to have fun on the show, guys.
Teachable moment coming here, guys. Of course, you saw me this entire time sitting in the money on a trade in Nikola. Volume spike comes in here.
Really?
It just ticked right back up, testing that 1890. I didn't know what was exactly happening. And again, I only had the last little third of the position. I'll take it off. It'll still actually end up being a winner here, but I wanted to test it shy of that breakout. I didn't want a second parabolic move on what could be news. I don't know what's going on. I see squeezes all the time. In the back of my mind, when I'm shorting the stock, I know that a squeeze could come in at any second. So I'll just go ahead and take that trade off. If it's going to give me a shot to still be in the money on the move like that, I'll take it all day, every day. If there is something to it, fair enough. If there is no news, and we do make another test between 18.90 and 19 even, I'll definitely jump back into the short because nothing will have changed. But I'm always going to cover myself with a bit of a stop. Just got out for an over dollar winner. Second time here on Penn in front of 75. Now holding. If he breaks the high of the day, let's go to that all time. But for now, it's 10.50. Let's go to Money Talks with Brendan.
Hey guys, yeah, let's go to currency land, see how things are looking so far today. We're kind of expecting a little bit of movement as far as the U.S. dollar is concerned coming out of the debate. However, this is the DXY, the U.S. dollar index. Nothing huge. I mean, there was a little bit of a pullback yesterday going into the debate that we were mentioning, but no major response this morning, just back to the upside through that 94 area. So a lot of these in negative territory. The euro, Canadian dollar was negative, but has gone positive since, 0.2%. British pound, look at that, 0.5% to the upside on the initial weakness from the U.S. dollar, but 130 coming back into play there. Both the Japanese yen, Swiss franc back to the downside. We have Australia and New Zealand higher as well after early declines. Cryptos, yeah, pretty flat so far today. Ethereum had been leading as far as strength is concerned, but they have since reversed. Now down 0.5%, where Bitcoin trying to get back to that 10,800 level. Guys, back to you.
I see Bitcoin there. Nicholas is going crazy, so I want to see what happens. Nicholas goes all the way to 1907 there. Probably a great spot to get short, but I'm still waiting for this kind of a break here at 1915. So, but yeah, the volume is here on Nicola, Brendan. I mean, I don't see anything, but Brendan, of course, uses the Icon terminal from Refinitiv. So any news pops through there. We have all the news wires. Brendan will give us it. Just Nicola, immense volume right now going through. I would imagine it's something about the GM deal. I mean, that's not going to be a rocket science prediction there, but obviously it's coming through. Let's just wait to see. We'll take the long, and then we'll just hold it back here to like 18. Probably like a 19, but here we go. So now we're long, Nicola. Let's see what happens here, guys. Long, Nicola.
Brendan, what do you got, man? There's news.
I mean, it's moving higher, guys, but just seeing a couple of things online. Nothing substantial yet, so just caution on this. But some people saying that the deal may not include GM actually building the Badger any longer, guys.
Okay, well, Badger
May
this,
not?
may not. Boom! A nice little win there. A chicken dinner winner, to be honest with you. As we're just keep going to the upside. 55s. Look where we're long, guys. We're long at 20s. No, we're long at 18s. Nice little win to the upside. Getting those out in the 40s, in the 50s. Not letting this one go back against us here. We got a winner, and it's a big one. So let's see now. Bang! Through 55. Let's just keep on going for Nicola. We're back to our highs of the day. That's how we do it. It's a cowbell winner. We gave you that level early, and this is why. Hello, Nicola. Boom. What a move on that one. Thank you to Brendan. Thank you for all the love. Welcome to Trader TV Live. This is how we do it.
Yeah, I mean, if the news is they're not making the Badger, I think it would be that a deal could be coming. I think that's got to be the reason why there's optimism here and why the stock is trading up. I'm just thankful, like I said, once a volume spike comes, I'm not touching it when I don't know what the news is. I cover my short for profit. Somehow, obviously, if you hold on to it, you're in a heck of a lot of pain. But this 20 level is going to start turning out. I want to short this one, as to be honest with you. I'm going to look for a place to get into a short that feels a little bit overheated for me. Obviously, it's a bit of a squeeze that's going to happen here, guys, so I'm just going to throw up my 15 and then look for a level. Obviously, 20 even sticks out. It's 21 if you go back to last week that was the top. So I'm going to use 21. If you can't get past that price, I'm jumping back into the short trade on Nicola, guys.
Hells to the yeah. Boom! Raining down money again on Nicola. We're almost out, man. We have like 10%. Oh, we have 20% left. Good trade on Nicola, obviously. Bang, 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 bang. Upside out there, 1995. Let it run us over. Now we'll wait to the upside again. Yeah, without news, this is a very, very tricky trade. But hey, guys, we made it and we made the money. So there we go. Upside break. Let's go breakthrough, man. We're waiting at $20.15 right up here. That's the high. Hopefully it will run through us, pick us up, and we'll get out. But look, this was an easy one for me, man. We saw the volume come in. We picked out a key level and we hammered it. And that's why easy trade there on Nicola. Nicely out. basically everything. We don't have to worry. My next out will be where I got in. So we'll clear out everything out, back downside, 19 break, we'll get out, but this cannot lose now. And I love when that happens. Playing with house money all day, every day. Rain it up. Nicola, arrows up, guys. Let's go. What's up, Beep?
This is from somebody that I do trust, guys. CNBC apparently reporting that don't be surprised if GM takes an even bigger stake in Nikola as well. Guys.
There you go. So I'll adjust my plan. If it's a bigger stake and they're more confident, then I'm going to back away from shorting it. But again, just waiting for that news. You don't want to jump in front of the train. It did try to roll over at 20 even, and there is a level at 21 as well. But I'm not going to jump in for. If it wants to show a big time sell off that price, maybe that's where the move is going to terminate. But either way, that's, I think, the actionable news here. Not that a deal is done. Certainly, if they're taking a bigger stake, that's going to get you a bigger ramp to the upside. You are watching last week's 21 level. That's the next price to the upside. From there, you saw what happened when it tanked at 28. It was a $7 straight move. There's not much in terms of resistance. The squeeze is on in Nikola, and if 21 can't hold, watch out.
Yeah, I'm just going to tweet this out. Gave this one early to our viewers here on Nikola, and sometimes patience pays, man. Great little move here on Nikola, so we will tweet that out for everybody. Yes, it just keeps on going. Hot dogs for everybody. Baseball, no baseball. Nikola keeps ripping to the upside here. Great little trade there. Obviously, on that news, we wish we would have held more, but great mover here on Nikola. We'll put that out. Look at this, man. Bang. Like, in, out, all the way up. Great movement on Nikola. And of course, guys, we are at the highest spot we were all day. Actually, not a roller coaster today. Everything just making money, making sense for me. So not cents and dollars. CCL does come back to the upside. We did get some out at 69 there the very first time. We're still giving CCL to the bottom here, 15.55 or so. We will get out of that one. But I mean, at this point, whatever I make or lose on CCL seems irrelevant when we just absolutely destroyed, not Tesla, we absolutely destroyed Nikola. My out on these last 5% of my shares are going to be back down here at 19. Otherwise, fly, young fella, fly.
Yeah, not flying anymore here. Well, no, obviously it's a good trade because it got to 75 even as expected on Penn. It did turn around, so you're not seeing a fresh break. I'm going to hang on, of course, until I give it to like 73.35. That was the breakout price we had on Penn. That's what I'm going to give this to, the secondary long that we had on the pullback. If it takes out the top here, I don't really have a target other than looking at that 77 area, which it failed to get to the first time, which is a couple of weeks ago on Penn. It is making another move here to the upside. Looks very, very strong. And if it does hold that retracement level, good shot that we try to make a move to that all-time high. Nikola, for me, until it gets to 21, or even retraces back to that 1890 price level, I'm going to stay away from it. At that point, the move's already gone parabolic. You're sort of chasing it in the middle, which I don't like as an entry point. I do want to take you guys back over to NNDM here because I've had this one all morning long. This is a small capper that did work for us. We had a couple of shorts. It did bottom out here at 235. We took some out on the way down. I'm now loading back up in front of that 275 area, guys. So I'm back in, try to get an average price in the low 60s if I can. Risk 10, 15 pennies, see if it can't get back down to that 30 mark. At this point, that'd be like 25, 30 cent winners, so bigger than before, but this is at a better price and a little bit of a stronger move. It popped up here on some volume, so I would not be holding through this 273 or 75 break. I'll be all out if it takes that top off, but worth the short on the reload because NNDM of the small caps has been coming back a little bit nicer than the rest.
And guys, it's going to be an early one today, but it is about that time. This is just the kind of day it's been today. We'll kick up our feet and relax as we go home side now. Fruit salad time. Today's fruit salad brought to you by the lovely kiwi fruit. It was just my birthday. I have some nice little birthday socks on. I know they don't match, but there we go. Kiwi and cantaloupe. Let me know on the chat what your favorite fruit is as we kick back, relax, and sip some cognac. If you know where that's from, then that's a big tune right there, old school there. But yeah, big time moves here on Nikola. We kick back, we got our fruit salad, we are hydrated today, and Nikola back to the highs of the day. We still got that 10, we got more than 10% on, but it's close to 10%. Booming Nikola to the high side there. GM, we told you Mary Barra. And Greg, remember we talked about those weekly options? Well, Boom! If you had weekly options on Nikola, we talked about that yesterday. Big time move to the upside here. Ho-hum, just another dollar win here. Today's day has just been absolutely fantastic. DraftKings, I don't think I could have really traded this too much better. In there, out there. Obviously, we should still be holding Microsoft. Marlon paid his rent on Microsoft today, and we did as well. Good one there. Micron, my big trade of the day. And again, I gave this one to you guys, hammered this one early and often. No doubts about that. NIO, my second best stock, now overtaken by Nikola. Boom, boom, boom. Beautiful trades there. Tesla, womp womp, lost $1 on that one. And then Workhorse, we also lost again on that one. A quick 10 cents on Workhorse. But we'll wait to see now what happens. But Nikola, man, great trade there. Good little fade, too. This is probably a decent short up here. This seems like a monster move right here. But I'm just going to give it all back to here, 19 and change. Maybe I'll find a better spot, maybe 1975.
It still holds at 21, and I think that's 2057, it looks like, is the current high, guys. So that's what I'm going to be watching here. I, of course, have PLTR. I wanted to show you something on level 2. We're going to do that after we come back from Valeria. She's at the big screen. It's time for our European update.
Hey guys, welcome to the European update. Europe mostly in a positive territory today. France is up 0.3%, Germany is up 0.19%, Spain is up 0.74%, and Britain is up 0.1%. TP ICAP firm fell more than 14% after announcing that it's in talks to buy trading network LiquidNet. That's all with Europe, and I'll keep you updated. Back to traders.
Thank you very much, Valeria. I did want to quickly show you, we talked about the ridiculous opening interest on PLTR here. It hasn't opened yet. Of course, you can see it's all grayed out in our system. That indicates a halt or a non-open state. But the size of these sell orders, a little bit ridiculous here, guys. I mean, anytime you're going to see 3 million shares on the offer like 3 times layered, $7.50, $8, and $8.50. Certainly the interest is huge, and it's a buy imbalance, so people are going to be selling into this rather heavily. We don't know where it's going to open up. For at least the time being, I kind of mentioned $10 to you guys. At least for the time being, I do have my limit price there. Haven't gotten too many indications on the price it might open up, but just looking at that reference price at $7.20, you looked at some of the valuations from some of the analysts out there. $10 was sort of the lower end of higher than the reference price that I saw. So I'll look to defend that the first time through. If size stuff's up there, I'll like it even more. NNDM did break through that 270. I reversed into the long side trade there, so one out, that's the short. Then the long trade got at 76. I'm not going to give it too far past 270. I'll probably take it out if it comes back in. I think it's going to have some resistance. 303, the current high. I'll definitely take some out on the way up. You know me with these guys, when they do break up, I know it can be a squeeze and it's a great trade sometimes, but I don't hang on to the longs very long in these types of companies. Usually I prefer the retracement. Doesn't mean I won't go with it. I'll make some money back here on the long side, but I'm not going to hold on forever thinking every single one is going parabolic.
Okay, guys, here we go. Siren alert for Datadog. Big move upside. We'll wait to hear on the news there from Brendan. He'll give it to us once he does have that. And if you already did, I apologize. Upside move here on Datadog. Watch out, up 4 and a bit%. Making these new moves here. High side 95, looking like 96.80. Maybe a high spot on Datadog, guys. Brendan, sorry.
Yeah, it's Microsoft. Yeah, they're teaming up, guys. Looks like with a strategic partnership. If my window would ever open, there we go. Datadog and Microsoft announced a strategic partnership according to Business Wire. So I'll have a read through this and see what it's all about. But obviously positive for Datadog, guys.
And just going to take some more shares out here in NNDM. Like I just mentioned to you guys, it's just... for me, I'm always going to be looking to see if we can fade it. I have that $3 level that we just mentioned to you. Was the pre-market high on some volume, at least a little bit earlier in the session. So I do anticipate it might turn right back around there. And then I'll jump maybe back into shorting this name, maybe below that 270 mark. I don't know that I'll get too aggressive in front of 3 until I see a real test. I have some orders to try and get some out in the 90s if I can. But I've already scalped off a bunch of this trade, almost half of it here for some profit. So if it breaks down below 270, the long is still going to be profitable for me. Nikola is starting to, continuing to roll over. It never quite got to 21, stalling out 2057 here, as I mentioned, holding below that 20 even mark. this could be a place I think at some point to be a seller. I would have preferred to see it test a little bit closer to the level identified there on the higher time frame, that 21 even. Beggars can't be choosers for me. I'm going to go with best trade of the day was when the volume spiked up. And if this move had happened on no volume when I was sitting in the money short, probably going to allow it to go all the way to my stop. Have to take out the top. I'll risk the extra 30 or 40 cents. When it's on that much volume, I don't know what's going on, and I can take it out for still a profitable trade. I will do that all day, every day. That's what we did. I'm not going to get into the long one. I don't know what's happening there, but obviously Nikola, big time mover to the upside, trying to fade back in. It looks like we might have an actionable trade below $20. 21 is the better level, in my humble opinion. So we'll see if we can't get another spike up that fails shy of that 2057, and then I would jump in if 20 gets taken back to the downside. I want to quickly go over to NEO here. It's some sideways action. We do remember, of course, talking about yesterday's price action in NEO. I just want to show you what happened in the afternoon here. There was a 2025 level. There was a great short. That's where I was looking to get into on the short side. We made some money on that. But there was an afternoon break here right at 1 o'clock, that 1:130 secondary push. If that would have happened today in NEO, I think it's got to be a break of it'll be like a retake of 22.50. It got 10 cents higher. Let's call it 22.60. Either one of those breaking from 1 to 130. I think it's going to be worth it, so I'll go ahead and take a shot if NEO does want to go through those price levels in the afternoon. One to file away. Of course, we're going to be live doing our taping that's going to be coming up at 1 o'clock. And what do we tape? Guys, we tape these educational videos for you. And the one dropping today, the imbalance locator. We're literally talking about a couple of direct listings that are coming in. We've referenced the imbalance that's on PLTR that's going to be coming through. Huge imbalances to the buy side. So why not learn about what the imbalance locator is, what it's telling you, why it's important, how you can use it in your trading. That's dropping today in the Market Wisdom channel. Make sure you check it out. We actually didn't plan it that way. We are dropping it on the perfect day, I think, Sean.
Yeah, because here it is, and whoa, Asana too. You know what? They're going to open both of these at the same damn time, probably, and then we'll wait to see. Apparently, Palantir is moments away, according to a station that starts with a C and ends with a C. And we'll find out about that. 64 million shares, Asana as well coming through. And if you want to see what each looks like in our system right now, this is what it looks like. Nada. Oh, I didn't even turn this screen on beside me. Okay, Palantir right here. This is what it looks like. This is what Asana looks like. You're seeing the interest is a little greater, obviously, in Palantir with these big orders. Neil talked look, what? These are ridiculous, like 3 million, 3 million, 3 million, 3 million. It just keeps on going, all on the sell. 3 million, this is, I'm not sure what is going to happen. I'm already set, locked, and loaded to go on PLTR, and what we're using is limit on open orders. So we're crossed up. I'm crossed to $15. I don't know. So if it opens at 10, I'll get it. If it opens at any price, sub 15 or lower, I should be able to get in right away. And you'll see that load up and light up my blotter there. And then we'll see. You'll see it. Right now, I'm out of positions. I don't have anything to do right now. And yeah, Nikola, great out on Nikola there. Not great, but that's what we planned. 1965. I said I was going to give it back all the way to where we're open, but I just didn't want to throw the money away on that one. So I do like that. And look, I'm not going to say to buy some Nikola. I actually got a text from my friend the other day. Said he was stuck high with Nikola. So am I. I'm in the 30s here, very light shares. I just said wait until it all the smoke clears, man. You may be able to, average in somewhere, but I still think it can go lower. So watch out for Nikola if you are a shareholder there. And again, I don't put big money into some of these risky plays here. I'm more of an investor in these kind of plays. The blue chippers, and that is JP Morgan. We picked them up at 94 the other day, just adding to my RSP, which is a 401k, which is a long-term investment portfolio that you don't have to pay tax on. That's how it works here in Canada. JPM I like as a long-term play, and I also like, President Trump mentioned J&J last night as well. Obviously, we like J&J for a long-term play, and that looks like it may be breaking out as well, but still needs to go to the high side. I'm probably not going to get in anything else, guys. I'm going to wait for Palantir to open up. Sorry about that, but I got to wait for it. Lots of risk going to be taken on that trade. What's up, Pete?
Speaking of Palantir, guys, looks like 950 to 1025 right now. So Reuters saying it's indicating between 950 and 1025 as far as the open price, guys.
Yeah, and I think if my math is correct, because I think it was Morningstar, it was like $21 or so. That corresponds to like that $9.65, $10 area. There was another analyst that had it a little bit more expensive than that. So I'm going to bid it. And like I said, I even showed you guys I had just above $10 that I'm defending. So that's where my limit price is. Anyways, I'll get triggered in, hopefully off the open. NNDM here, as I said, I am not going to gamble that is going to go all the way through the high of the day on that turnaround. I'll take the long at 76. Take the rest of my shares that I have a small amount left, like 10%. So I'll only add 10% if it breaks the high of the day, which is 303. Otherwise, it's a break-even stop. If it does go through this, however, that $3, I think the next levels you can see on the daily chart here are like 340, 350. That would be my target. And from there, if it cannot break 350, I'd be looking to short back on the way back in. Otherwise, it breaks 275 without taking out 303. I'm looking to short that price as well. That's the overall plan here in NNDM. It's the small cap that has actually made some sense today. CTIC and ITRM, very, very, both the stocks I'm down on, which is going to happen. If you're shorting on those parabolic movers, sometimes you're going to get blown out, guys. That's what happens. You have to have a bit of a plan. Averted disaster by getting out before ITRM halted on me. That's the key. You don't want to be holding through halts unless you're very, very convicted, guys.
Let's just check out for you guys Microsoft again on that Datadog news. I haven't had a chance to look at it. Wow, Marlon, you and I both got out of Softy. Right here, 209 and change. Again, another long-term investment of mine. One of the highest ones. I think my largest holding right now is Google, but on that last Apple buy at 104, maybe that's in there now as well. 209, 210, breaking through on Softy. Like, where's Microsoft going to go if they ever get that TikTok deal done and it becomes under their watch? Microsoft goes to the moon if that deal happens, in my humble opinion. We'll see. But 209.50 here. Microsoft making moves off that Datadog. Let's go over to Datadog and quickly have a look there. DDOG, nice little partnership. I don't know much about it. We will find out. Strategic partnership to the upside here goes Datadog. I mean, Microsoft's already in the cloud space. You don't have to tell you guys that. So Datadog and Microsoft looks like a marriage in heaven? I don't know. We'll see. Both stocks going upside here. Look at the market, though. The ES still up that 1%. NASDAQ over 1%. Here's Nikola. I'm really, really happy. We'll hit the cowbell there. This was a big, big trade for me. You saw how excited we got. It did rip to the upside there for us. 1920, we take that break. I've been eyeing that strategic news or not, it didn't matter to me. We just got triggered long. This was always going to be our long here, 1915. As soon as that broke, we talked about that in the pre-market. We tweeted it out. There it does break, 1915. We get long at 17, and then almost a perfect out here at 20. But each one of these is like 10 or 15% all the way back down. So good trade there on Nikola. We're at the highest spot we've been at all day here, although we did take a hit, a little small hit on that CCL there. Got out some and got out the rest. Not a great trade on CCL, but like I said, that was going to be light anyways. So we're at our highest spot of the day now. 111 fills. It's been good. I'm just so anxious for Palantir, so I got to wait for that to open. It's only 11:13. We do have our guest trader of the day coming soon, so we'll be able to talk to him about something.
Yeah, and the UAL just broke through that 36.60. So I've been waiting, 35.60, I should say. I've been waiting for that level to break to the downside. So I did get that short. We got it at 58. I'm like the entire time I was giving it to 35.80 when it did happen. So quickly we'll put that stop order in there. I can tell you that watch out. NNDM is looking like it might take that top. If I still have a little bit left at that 76 breakout price, but new position alert on UAL and a reload on Penn as it retested down around that 73.35. It held, so I got more. Been right to the long side so far in this name, and the market's still grinding higher, so that one's working out for us. For now, let's go to Brendan at the desk.
Don't see anything new, guys, on Nikola, but just got a volume alert on the downside, so sell volume through 1950 maybe to the downside. So big move up, obviously, on that GM rumor, but we are coming back in a hurry for Nikola, guys.
Yeah, and what a great out. And I talked about possibly shorting that. I love shorting as well. And yeah, we probably should have reversed it once we did break back down through 20 on that. I mean, we can rewind it. We were talking about this one going to be, Steelers Titans is being postponed. So we got to look at DraftKings right now as the NFL postponing one of their games. So that cannot be a good sign. Let's try to find some levels here on DraftKings, guys, as they're heading to the south side just a little bit here.
Yeah, and there goes UAL as well, rolling over. Of course, I already took that short. I mean, it didn't expect it would move that fast here, guys. So we'll already be out for the 15-cent scalp. It'll be like 15.25, and then if we can get like a 50-cent win, expecting the breakout price of 35 this morning, likely to run into some support there. That news you just mentioned there probably might be the end of my run long here in Penn. We'll see what happens. If it can hold 73.35, I'll be very, very happy with the trade. If it doesn't, it might not be able to resist that kind of negative news going on in the NFL. But you might have seen a 1,000 graphic pop up here shortly a little while ago. We get excited when we get to 1,000. I get excited when we get 2,000 likes from you guys because it's been like a few days now, Valeria, that we haven't seen that astronaut, Valeria, pop in the screen. Please give me a good update here because I want to see us get that one on the big screen for everyone to be able to watch.
Sure, Neil. We have 5,000 viewers, and it would be so nice if each of them would just take a second of their time and click the like button. We would become like much more happier, aren't we, Neil?
Smash that like button, as you like to say it there. Don't break anything on your keyboard or your mouse or whatever it might be. But look, certainly make Valeria happy, make us happy. We appreciate all the love and support that we get. Both Brendan and Sean have mentioned this. For those of you that have, taken the time to become members of the show, we appreciate you. And we're gonna go ahead and thank you very much. Right there to 1,500. So I guess we're gonna get to that 2,000 because we're on pace, if my math is correct. We are doing a Q&A, and it's going to be, we did it once. It was a half an hour only. There was a lot of love that we got from that. So we're going to go again the last Monday of every single month. So next month, check us out. It'll be for 1 hour after the show is done, and then we're going to come right back to you guys. It's a lot of fun for us to do. We didn't get through enough questions on our end, so we wanted to make sure we did it better the next time. That's why it's going to be an hour. Like I said, UAL, I'm not adjusting my target, well, not my target, my stop. It's still going to be at that 35.80, guys. So if it does break up past that price, maybe call it 75 if I'm being more reasonable on the second push here. If it does break above there, I'll be out of this one. The market trying to roll over, but it's still grinding higher. As I did suspect when Sean mentioned the news, I didn't really have to adjust anything on Penn. I already had a stop in if it ever took this level out. It does. I just get out of the trade. I'm not reversing into the short on Penn. That wasn't part of my plan on that little headline. But it's going to be my top stock of the day, obviously, multiple long trades. I did have one short initially on the downgrade. Can't beat them, join them. When it broke to the upside, that 73.35 level, it was all long after that. Now we're out of Penn Gaming. My top stock of the day so far.
Yeah, and we're just adding to DraftKings right now. 55-cent winner right now. We're short 33s. Sorry, it did go down to 60 pennies there. We're back into only a 30-penny winner right now. We took out half, so now it's not impossible. We're going to get out at 57.80. We're out of half right now to the downside. Big win. We took it out ahead of VWAP there. Let's see how far it wants to fall back down. That's DraftKings. Unfortunately, like I said, I'm an investor in the name, but we did go down as low as here, almost right back to day's low. So we got to put another order right here. If we can catch it, then fantastic. But DraftKings right now, 56.87. I may hold on to this one. We'll see what the NFL says. They are canceling the game, but 57.20. You know what? Let's just capture this profit, man, and get back out 57.40 for a flat trade on the rest if it doesn't want to go. But right now, yes, we did it again, guys. So it's a smiley face today, man. DraftKings, there we go. We're just adding. All we're doing is topping everything off right now. So there it is, guys. Thank you again for everything. And I do see that we got a new member there. What's up to Kevin Showmaker? What's up? And then Alex, you've been here for a while, and I want to thank you for all the super chats that you've given us as well. Glad you've made your daily goal. I hit mine early, and that's always a good sign. What's up, Brent?
Just watching Boeing, guys, coming in a bit of a hurry here. Looks like a U.S. House panel approving changes to the FAA aircraft certification process after those deadly crashes involving Boeing planes. So a bit of a reversal here for Boeing back below 170. Was a bit of a top up there at 170. Still higher on the day, though, guys.
It definitely got, I mean, Boeing's been a name that I found most days I'm not liking the way the price action is going. Got to wait for a catalyst to jump in on Boeing. That might be it. But my eyeballs are still looking at Nikola here. Is it testing back up to that 20 level? You could get a run up to 21. That was the level that we were talking about a little bit earlier on the way to the upside. Quickly showed you guys a higher time frame to see what I was looking at here. You go all last week. hard top 3 sessions in a row up to that price. If it fails to get through there, that could be where the sell the news has come in. There was a nice little pullback of $1 off 20. This would be 21 that I like a little bit better, but it hasn't even touched 2050 again. It's got to go through there first. I'm just curious of whether I want to find out if I can find whether I just see that it's just the postponed game. Might be moved to Monday. If it's an actual cancellation, I think that's a little bit bigger, but the NFL is going to probably figure these things out. So in the short term, I think it's a nice little pullback you're seeing in Penn and DraftKings, but might be a place to pick some up if we get an opportunity to with some of the support levels from the earlier breakout that it did have. But all eyes for me right here, right now, battle being waged on Nikola at 20 even. Looks like the lower high of 2050 could be the one.
Yeah, and there it is. So our plan goes to plan. Not the ultimate out. We would have loved to get everything out here, but we take the risk, man. This is how you do it, man. We take 30 cents on the win on half and then get out the rest for flat, and call that a day on DraftKings. So we'll wait to see. Probably won't trade this anymore. And yeah, Nikola, man, we did dump it there. We hit the Street Fighter. We were pretty proud of where we got out, but that was another jump spot. Missed it. Neil was talking about it. Should have focused on it, but right now I'm all on Palantir. You guys know that. We're waiting for that to open, but Nikola, what a great long again. Man, we could have topped up our day even more on that long there for Nikola. So, but now it's coming into that area that you can defend and maybe look for a short on right there. I'm not going to do it, man. I want to put on decent amount of shares, and I just be nervous that this gets blown out to the upside. But here we go. Not a bad spot, man. $20 and so on a Nikola potential short right here, guys. Not a horrible play. I like it.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing any updates in terms of timing on PLTR. I really wish we were getting an indication, but I just see, of course, Brendan talked about that $10 area possibly coming into play. I'll bring you guys back into NNDM. And this is why I took everything out. You get that pre-market high on some volume up here at about 8 o'clock or so, and then failing hard to start to be a short trade for me off of the open. Once it broke out, I take just about everything out, just have like 10% left on the off chance it did take out that high. I'm not going long more in the break. I'll hold through. It's so far holding that breakout price at 276, 275 or so. If it breaks below that, I will cover. Any kind of consolidation between 50 and 75, I'm likely to jump into a short. Double top at that pre-market high. That's another sell signal for me on this name that the buying might be running out. And then from there, you might see a break at times through like $3 at like 1:30, 2 o'clock. I'll wait for that for any kind of a long trade. I'm not going long anywhere but a top break. I'm not picking bottoms on an NDM. I'm only going short into them.
So I've already got my shares short on Palantir, and Greg just mentioned there it's 11 cents per share from our broker. So if you're interested in joining us, it's daytradetheworld.com. We already have shares shortable here for Palantir, so we're waiting for it to open. Everyone talking about it in the chat. Is it open yet? And believe me, we are getting closer. It was 65 million shares or so at one point. See the paired volume here? So I know it doesn't add up to what it's initially showed, which in my opinion, I guess means people have pulled back some of their bids. It was huge. They've only paired off now. That's going to be 30 million shares. We did see this number up as high as 60. So because it's a direct offering and a direct listing, not really sure exactly what that means. Like, why was it 60 million and now it's only added up to 30? So I'm wondering if some of the interest has come off of Palantir a little bit. But again, it's relatively new, even for me. We only really traded on the show Spotify direct listing and Work direct listing. So we're going to wait to see what happens with Palantir. But the reason why I say is we may be getting close to open. And as you can see, though, the offers, man, are still like lined up here. So nothing on the bid side. And look at all the sides. And what we're talking about here, offer. So that's the right side. That's the side you get short on. That's the side you buy from if you want to do a marketable order. And right now, man, it looking pretty heavy to the sell side here. So Palantir, will this be a successful open or not? I do not know, but it's looking less and less likely right now as the bid side is definitely down. There's our floor. Thank you so much, guys. Hey, what's up? Good day today. Unfortunately, we've had to pull back some traders again as here in Ontario. We'll find out the number though, but we did spike. We have like 18 million people or something like that. Maybe it's 14 in Ontario, and we had 500 cases yesterday. So that's enough to make everybody a little bit nervous, at least around here. So we'll hopefully get some traders back through sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously going to be the hope here, guys. Just, I mean, I think you get that reference price, and I know it doesn't mean a heck of a lot, but that's $7.25. Like, if it's going to open at $10, it's hard to say. If you fulfill the entire amount at like 25%, or in this case, it'll be like 30, 40% possibly higher than that reference price. I got to feel like that's somewhat of a success. You still have to see how it trades the rest of the day, but certainly if it can hold up, I don't think anyone would consider that to be a negative. Speaking of negatives, I'm looking at the NQ right on the highs. I'm looking at the ES right on the highs. I see UAL pulling back in a little bit deeper. Consolidated right here, about 15, 20 cents in the money on my short that we talked about. First, that 35.60. Had it taken out the top here, I definitely would not have taken that short on the way back in, but the fact that it actually held a lower high make me stick to my guns here and take the breakdown trade. I'll take some more out for a 25-cent winner, and then the ultimate target. There was a breakout this morning at 35. I don't expect that to go to get taken out unless the market makes a crazy reversal, which doesn't seem like it's in the cards. So maximum we'll take is like 50 pennies on the final third. Brennan, what do you have?
What a move for Datadog, just streaming on all-time highs here, guys. So every uptick, another all-time highs for Datadog. We mentioned teaming up with Microsoft on a collaboration for some technology. So 92 before that news came at 11, right at 11 o'clock. This thing is now up $10 almost, guys.
Yeah, and when we got that news, man, we should have just hammered it. Like, we were looking at NASDAQ and Microsoft all day, and I don't know why. I'll close this Palantir thing. You guys have seen that enough. I don't know why we didn't hammer this. I mean, this was a perfect spot. Excuse me, oh, too much water. The market breaks high side, 92, it goes to 95. Look, this is a little bit of an education spot right here as we await more openings. Right here was the jump spot for everybody. It comes back in, it gives us that bottom right here at 94 and change. This should have been executed by me, missed opportunity, so we will try to fall in a hole here if we can. I feel so silly falling in a hole. We don't have any losers today, but we'll flush ourselves down because that was a great little long. And not only that, I'm learning something every single day on the show with you guys. So right there, news comes in. What a great spot right there to hit that trade. But look at Microsoft, look at the market, look at Tesla down. Watch out for Tesla. It should be going at some point here as well with this market making new highs. Look at Softy. Just ripping, man. We were long, 208.25. Marlin and everybody else were at 211, so hells to the yeah. Big alley-oop to the market. Anybody long Microsoft today? Congratulations. We've just been crushing this right here, guys. Big time move upside in Softy. What's up, Bren?
Another one here, SailPoint Technologies, another software company just popping up on decent volume through 41.42. It's a mid-cap company. 52-week highs there, 42.05 for sale in New York, guys.
Just going to add that one to my board there. Watch out for Nikola. I took a short here, and I'm going to add to it here. I talked about 21 even. I'm going to go with the lower high at 20.50 that it put in. I'll take a first shot at that price. It's a controlled trade. And the reason why I'm going to change my mind on it, it did make a hard bounce off 19 here. That was the original pre-market high, 1930 or so, and then failed to get through. And once it failed to break that 20.50 on the way back down, I'll take some shares in. I then give it to the high of the day. So I like that setup. I can control my losses. I have a good idea. My price will be above 20 even. So if it comes back down to 19, the risk reward makes sense to me. And there is 0% chance I'm holding through 20.50, even though I like 21. The structure of this trade, I'm not giving it through the high of the day. I still have my order. I'm not really adjusting anything. No reason to on PLTR. Still going with just above that 10. If I see a big bid there, I might add to it. But I'll wait to see it open up and then see if we can't play the opening range. But new position alert. Just UAL and Nikola that we have to the short side ever since the stop out on Penn. It's one of those things where like the news comes in, that headline on the NFL games, and I'm just going to get trailed out there. The plan was to hold that level the entire time, so the news didn't really matter too much. It was just the catalyst to cause that breakdown.
And Mr. Wheelie Man, thanks for the update. This is why I've had to run a lot. We are at 3 p.m. now, so we are almost done the water, and we're coming back. Oh, this is a good time to do this. Why not? We are coming back here if I have it on my board. Coming up to, will it work? Will it work? Yes, it does. On our market wisdom, look at that owl, guys. Beautiful picture there on the owl. We like that gold owl. Market making as a strategy, VWAP as a trading strategy, lots of strategies, and then the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Arun coming with his story. So that should be exciting. Arun is still in the building right now. We do get ready for our guest trader coming up in about 10 minutes. That should be exciting. Sponsored by Lewis Daniels. All of our guest traders right now will get a free Lewis Daniels watch organized by our lovely assistant Laura. Will be organizing that as well. So anybody that's come on the show knows Laura and knows us. So good job there. Nicola, still not in it, man. I'm not going to touch anything until Palantir opens up. And the thing is, guys, I did want to give everybody a big huge thank you. I see all the love. I see the super chats today. It's thank you so much. I'm so glad that you guys crushed Microsoft and you crushed a bunch of different stocks that we trade here. You guys all telling me here on the chat you crushed Donkey Kong, Micron in the morning as well. So good job, guys. And I hope you also destroyed Nicola with us as well, taking this long. It was a tough long for sure. But down here, man, we talked about it when there was some volume spiking. We said, let's find out what's going on with Nicola. And then we waited, got the best price we could. And now nothing but upside here for Nicola. It looks like it's having some troubles. So we'll wait to see that. Oh yeah, that was the other stock they were getting a lot of love from. Neo, man, all the way back down here. A couple pickups long. Beautiful outs on the top side. What a fantastic day. We're looking to top it off with these IPOs. So let's just take a quick look again here. Man, it just went higher, so I don't even know what this means. But we're going to wait to see here. Getting ready to open, I feel, any moment now. The last one, I actually did some research. I went back and found out when Work opened, that's Slack, they opened at 12:06. That's the last direct listing I could find.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing any change in terms of the time or the indicated price. It still looks like it's around that $10 range. Watch out, Nicola's going to take 2050. That's where my stop is. I'm not adjusting a thing. My hands will be off the keyboard. I don't want to change my plan of action. So that in UAL, we're both going to be hanging on to these shorts. One, of course, rolling in the money. The other one, testing the top again in Nikola at 2050. If it goes, I'm not going to reverse into a long, given that 21 level is right there that we showed you on the daily chart. Brendan has something. What's up, bud?
If you want to have a gauge, guys, for the clean energy space, just found this ETF. Actually has decent liquidity and volume. This ICLN, this is an iShares Clean Energy ETF. So have a look at this chart. Yeah, you can see how strong these names have been over the past few weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4 straight days to the upside. Just took off the top there on a huge volume spike for ICLN, guys.
And there goes 2050, guys. I'm, like I said, not reversing it along, just sticking with the plan and getting out of the short. I like the rollover opportunity. I can control the amount of risk that it has. I have an obvious area to get out. So I'll take that trade every single time I get it as far as an opportunity goes. If it does want to break 21, I think that gets very, very interesting. Just going a little bit higher to the, just to show you last week's action, it would get very interesting on a 21 even break. Could get very ugly for some of the shorts there. That's why I like the out here at 2050. If it comes down, no skin off my back. I got the trade, you put it on. Your directional call can be right, but it's got to be an actionable trade that you can put on there. And the trade didn't work, even if the direction could still end up being true.
Okay. Yeah, Nikola upside. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to stay away. But yeah, good try on the short there. It should still come through. But I wouldn't take it until this 1990 break. So watch out. Here comes screaming to the downside right now. Nikola watching out for this 1990 break. I think that's a decent shot there. I will probably try that. 1990 on the break of Nikola. And Datadog keeps on ripping upside. Let's check back on Micron. Micron absolutely just, again, my number one stock today by far. And we told you, I always tell you when we take this guy out, and we did that for Micron. We put on small here compared to this. So this position was about 20% of the breaking spot. And why did we hammer this? It breaks, where's 50? Right here, 48.50. So that's the break, 48.50. I guess we got marketed down to 43, so that's not a great spot. I use limit orders, and generally it crossed down about 10 cents. So that was about a 7-cent break. So my net could even be higher if we got a little bit of a better price there, but we did not. So let's just move on from that one. Baba testing again, Alibaba, man. We talked about that. I talked about Biden and China and Trump and China and just politics. Really, this has to be what's sort of stirring. There's JD as well. Baba up 5%. Here's JD on the we have over 62 markets here. JD on the NASDAQ making moves to the upside. That's up 4%. There's a bunch of names. Baidu as well. We can check in on them today as well. Most of the Chinese plays, guys, up 4+%. Datadog, what up, Daniel? Good job there. Have that big C feel. We'll find out about that in a minute, but thank you so much for the super chat. $4. We'll find out about that. But Datadog, yeah, ripping, man. You make a move with Microsoft, and I see you, Daryl, man. Microsoft in your long-term portfolio. Congratulations. Mamma mia, there's so many good stocks that you could own. That's just one of them. Really proud, though, that I did tweet out again about a week and a half ago when we made some Apple buys. We picked up Apple. I'll show you the chart. It doesn't look great, but because of the split, we did pick some up down here, 105, 106, now up to 115. So I think you got to sort of rinse and repeat some of these trades. Pick up Apple every single time you see a kind of move down in the market like that, guys.
Yeah, I just want to jump back to a name that Brendan mentioned a little bit earlier. Of course, it's been a mover the last couple of sessions. An alert to APM here, it's down 41%. Obviously, there was the crazy price action that you see here when you go to a daily chart. Let's get an idea. It was a big-time gap to the upside that had one of the more ridiculous sell-offs that I've seen. It was tricky to get into this short side trade, of course. First, you had to have the locates, then you had to have the wherewithal to jump in. But it continues to slide down. This was a dollar stock that looks like it might be trying to head all the way back in. It would not surprise me, given how far it's come back in, that it could go further. This bottom here at 270, if it were to go, certainly worth the short. If you got the locates, I think this one could go back to that $2 mark before the end of the day. If it does hold 270, I would not be holding shorts below that $3 mark. That could be a potential squeeze through there. Lots of people holding the bag, but also a lot of people that have the shorts that are thinking it comes all the way back in. Watch out for a 3-even break and be cautious. Brendan, what do you have, bud?
A little activity on BNGO, Bio-Nano-Genomics, once virus-related high flyer. Still penny stock. We're at 69 cents, but you can see volume coming in as we broke through the day highs there. I guess it was to the upside. 14% though for BNGO, guys.
All right, and we know what its name-o is, lame-o, name-o joke. Okay, we're still waiting for this. 1989 to the downside. We gave you that target on Nikola, so we're going to be patient and wait to go short on Nikola here, waiting for this 1990, and then we'll give it back here 2020 or so. So we'll try to give it about 30 cents, so if we can get a win down here to 1916, even back down to VWAP, your boy will take that win on Nikola right now. So still trying to give that one some room here as we go. One name that you've talked about a couple times that we've kind of ignored here, Brendan, was Canada Goose over here on the NYSE. Those of you, I think, Valeria, you have a Canada Goose jacket. Yeah, of course you do. Valeria has the Canada Goose jacket, so that's why it's up 5.5% today. Big mover here. We'll wait to see, though. It is faded back down. Brendan, if you can remind me what that was, because that was a monster move upside there. Don't know if it was an upgrade or not, but Canada Goose all the way down. Give it to me again, Brendan.
It was Cohen, guys, with an upgrade, double upgrade, I think it was, on Canada Goose today.
The double upgrade. Okay, so it gets speeded up here, up to the upside there, looking at this 34. Now coming back in, Canada Goose makes that beautiful bottom down here, crosses over the 50 period, kind of stays high side. Some consolidation down here, 28 and change. If we could pick this long up, let's find a spot. Yeah, it has to come, I'd say it probably has to come to this high, $30.50 before we get involved with Canada Goose. But a good name, decent volume, 2 million shares on the day.
Yeah, just look, we said here, guys, there's no guarantees when it comes to these two direct listings, whether or not we're going to get to trade. I mean, we only have like 25 minutes before, under 25 minutes before the end of the show, and we'd love to be able to get to this on the event that it opens. And yes, it is also ASAN, and I know we've sort of neglected Asana because of the massive open interest in Plantair. It is what it is. I can't guarantee when it's going to happen. The only thing I'm still working with is, of course, I talked about UAL and that rollover. It does continue to consolidate in the money here for me, so no reason to do much of anything, but it's worth noting that I'm going to do this here as a stop out half at the original breakout price, which will be break even, given how long this consolidation is. The market's holding the top. And then the other half I'll give to the original stop. In the event that I get filled, the last third will go to the original stop. But I just want to lighten the load in case it is making a bit of a bottom. It was a great breakout on UAL here, and the market is trying to hold high. So I don't want to dig too deep, and it's lunchtime. So I don't want to give away and turn a winning trade into a loser. That's why the adjustment. So half the rest of the position at 36.60. and the other half at 36.75, where my stop was originally on United.
Man, this Palantir is really starting to bug me because we're waiting for that to open. And again, I just don't want to take my focus onto another stock. I'd rather just wait for that to open up. We're still waiting for Nikola to come through. The volume has remained pretty high on this name. So I don't know. I mean, I know it was a CNBC report, but I'm just wondering when GM and Nikola will finally come out and tell us something about it, but not right now, apparently not yet. It looks like something just changed. No, it did not. Palantir still that 10 million. Look at this side, guys. It's still pretty huge upside on this one, so we got to wait for it. But Nikola, the only trade I'm waiting for, guys, is this break downside 1990. It could come right now, and if it does, you will see me get into a short here with a target somewhere in the 50s and 60s. If we can get it to VWAP, that'd be fantastic. My out will be wait where it keeps on ticking upside. 20.25 will be the out if that does pop through. But right now, man, we're still waiting for Palantir. We have a big trader coming, our guest trader of the day going to be coming on. And then coming up, I know Brennan's already did this, but if you're looking to get educated a little bit, we do post these up on our Stock Market Wisdom. It's 4 great topics today. You can see them on the board there, followed by Arun's journey. These will all be posted every day. And the one coming up today, can I go 1-to-1 here? No, I can't. Let's see if I can do it again. There, come on, I've got this, guys. There we go. Let's hit that one more time. Trading, how to use the imbalance locator. I wonder what we're going to do with that one, but that's going to be a good one. If you're wondering, watch the video. Here comes Nikola. We're about to get short, guys.
Yeah, just also watching Sorrento here, guys. I didn't say lunchtime, but I can say it now. It's getting close to lunchtime. We're going to have our guest trader of the day rather shortly. I don't know about the open of PLTR. And of course, we're going to have our segment. But if it does open up, we're going to go right to trading because I know you guys are very, very interested in these direct listings. For now, let's go to Brennan and get that introduction.
Hey guys, yeah, it's Wednesday. That means guest trader of the day time, brought to you by Lewis Daniels Watches. As we've mentioned throughout the morning, everyone coming on right through October as a guest trader getting a Lewis Daniels watch. David Longo's with us today. I wonder if he is watching this Asana and Palantir. Good to have you, David. Welcome.
Morning.
And why don't you introduce your friend to everyone?
This is my little sexy redhead.
Indeed.
That's her name. She was making noise in the next room, so I brought her in for some company. Yeah.
Right. Everyone needs a trading partner. You chose a, what type of bird is it?
This is an eclectus parrot from the Pacific.
Does it actually?
I wanted to show Elizabeth she's not the only trader that's up to her neck in livestock responsibilities. So.
Well, there's that. Does she talk?
She does.
Maybe we'll have to.
Not on demand though. She when she feels like.
I was going to say we'll have to get her opinion on these direct listings, but let's get back to the market. Let's go back to Neil and Sean.
Okay.
Yo, I just want to give a quick update. What's up? Just quickly on Nikola here. It went non-shortable for us. So that little crack there at 90. Look, we'll go Superman because it's 100% right. That crack down at 90. I told you we'd try to go short there. And it went right to our out, man, 60s. So we'll take it now, give it back to 2020. But that break already happened. So big trade there. Hopefully you guys had that. Nikola went shortable on us. So we do have to pay for the short now. We did that. And now we're short a little bit. The move may have happened already. That was a nice move down. Let's see if we get the response back down here to 1940, guys.
Yeah, I just want to, before we jump in here, David, I saw a question and someone in the chat was asking how are there sell orders in PLTR if it hasn't opened up yet? There is going to be an auction. Sean has showed you guys the imbalance locator. We have a video coming out that's going to be the imbalance locator. So people can put buy and sell orders into that opening auction. I have a bid above 10, just above $10 to go long if it does open at that price. If it opens at like 10.50 or like 10.20 or something higher than my bid, I'm not going to get a fill. If it opens at 9.70, I'll be long at that price. But you can put orders in either direction to participate in the event that you have a limit or a market order that is executable when it does. And I have no idea when it is going to open up here. I'm excited if it does for you guys, if we can do it live on the show. From there, David, I give a chuckle because I absolutely love that you bring the parrot on. I think it's a lot of fun. But I gotta
take you
ask you.
seriously.
I I usually ask people like, what trades have you made? Like, what are you watching today? But top of mind is going to be these two direct listings here. So are you looking at either of those? Have you made any plays in direct listings? Or well, there hadn't been any since like the last couple of years here. But IPOs in general, have you played on first day? What's your approach there? Do they interest you at all?
Sometimes, yeah. The only IPO I was really interested in back, I think last year was Snapchat. This morning I got a curveball thrown at me. My internet was down because we had a big thunderstorm, so I was ready to watch ITRM and NNDM, and it threw my whole equilibrium off. So right now I'm watching NNDM, and it didn't break the high after 270. But I don't want to get in because my emotions are already ruined from the ball thrown off this morning. So I'm just waiting for another opportunity.
Yeah, patience matters. I can tell you, I did trade NNDM today to, I'd say, mixed results, obviously. Initial short was good. It then took the 275 level off that I was working with, and I took that the second time in front of that level, a little bit heavier because it was not an opening trade. Thankfully, I reversed to the long. But as you mentioned, it has not taken the top. So, $3, 303 still remains there. That's why I covered just about everything in front of it. The only long I'm looking for is if it takes that top off. But it didn't also give me my short. And I wanted it to fail at 3, which happened, and then a hold below 275, which didn't happen. So inside of this 275 to 3 range, I'm sitting on my hands with this stock. If it breaks below, I'll look to enter the short. If it breaks above, I'll enter the long. I'm not going to touch it inside. I think I'm just going to get sort of whipped around there and then throw away some money. And it's not the time of day to do that. But you mentioned 2 names there. They're small caps. Does that mean that's your primary strategy, these gappers, these heavy volume names that have action pre-market?
I just focus on small cap stocks right now until I firm my strategy. Anything $2 to $10. Low float, high volume, and with a catalyst. And I just sharpen my harpoon and wait for that big fish to come and jump on it. It took me years of practice not to. I was over trading in the beginning, kept blowing my account. Have to go and trade a rehab for a few months, and then stick to your plan and just keep focusing. It's very hard to discipline. It's very taxing on your emotions. When it comes to money, and so everybody's different, but for me. It's been a long battle. So I'm finally stepping up and, finally profiting now. So
that's what I love hearing. Brendan the other day, and I actually forget the context of it, but I just remember him saying, it's either to you guys live or maybe even one of the traders on the floor, find one strategy that works for you first. And then, you start from that foundation. You go simple, you make some money on it, you scale that. And don't hesitate to paper trade and develop other things while putting capital towards what's actually working. So like you said, you went to trader rehab for that, but I think hopefully everyone here can learn from that lesson. So this is what it's all about, growing that community so that we can learn from each other's mistakes, have all the same growing pains, and then not have to throw money at some of these learning experiences because you've seen someone else go through it, and maybe it saves you some down the line because ultimately everyone's going through that same journey, and there's no way, there's no getting around most of these lessons, right?
I keep on reading, as much as I can. I trade. I have 2 or 3 that I've been reading. I'm trying to remember the name of one of them is Trade in the Zone. There's another one. I can't remember the other one. I have them written down somewhere. I have followers. I direct them to the right places too for reading. So I very, very stress to make sure you know your entries and exits. And I used to just get annoyed my entries and waiting to get out at the top, and then I think it keeps going higher, and then it collapses, and you didn't get out on time. Then you lose your shirt, and you're afraid to get out, so you hold and hope, and it never works. So you can't rely on what the market's going to do. You have to wait for it to tell you what to do, and you respond. So it's very hard to. It's just
you definitely have to be patient. One thing we got to always do is make sure we get to Brendan when he's got some news for us. What do you got, bud?
Just watching the cruise lines, guys, I saw a note suggesting that the CEOs of said cruise lines may be visiting the White House on either Friday today or next week at some point. So heads up, no real reaction to that yet, but they're up significantly already today, guys.
All right, guys, we go long and we go short. Nicola, the patience pays off right there, guys. We were waiting for this 1990 to break. It does, and we don't have shortable shares. So we get back in. We get those shorts. We get some at 76. Then we get some at 87. And there it is. First out, 66. Next out, hopefully down here, 1940 or so. So now we're into a 17-cent winner. And yeah, electric cars getting pulled away here from Nicola. So a good little short there. Like I said, super patient, man. Waited for that. Nicola now gives us that trade. Now our out's going to be back up here 2020. We're just going to give, 2020. Yeah, what a year and what a price. So we'll wait on that one as it goes. David, you said that you had a bunch of different wildlife. The parrot is one. Anything else exotic in your portfolio?
Yes, I'm by trade a zoological consultant, so I have a big collection of parrots. Right now, I've only got 30, but I was up to 250 at one point many years ago. So I've got ducks, a big dog, pigeons, things like that, all exotic stuff.
Yeah,
so I've been moving animals all around the world. An author, lecturer, several countries and stuff. So yeah, I keep busy.
Yeah, I think you got a best friend there. That parrot, that redhead there, loving being on your shoulder. So that's good. And right now we are still looking at Nicola, and we're still ready to go. You did talk about your trading and sort of how that's gone. It's very, very familiar with a lot of our viewers. Sort of struggles and getting frustrated. Whenever you put real money on the line, man, it is very, very difficult. I still think trading is honestly, one of the most stressful jobs because you eat what you kill, right? If you don't have a good day, then there's no money to be taken home with you. We always say, make sure that you paper trade, take things a bit slow as you go. So that's what we're doing right now, and I don't see much opportunity. Wow, Apple, guys, I mean, this is another one. Look at the NASDAQ, just keeps going upside. You got to get your money in, man, when this happens. Let me just call up the NASDAQ right here for you. NQ, look at this thing. Look at the NASDAQ just booming from the upside. We came in today and we were negative, guys. We were negative about 1%. Wondering, I got an update. We were down 300 points in the Dow. As I look now, I'll find out what it's up. But I think we're probably up 200 or 300 points now in the Dow. I can't see, but we'll wait for that. NASDAQ just continues, Neil, to rip people's faces off here.
Yeah, and we're still headed upside. NNDM does take the top off at 303. It just came back in. Sorry, my level 2 is going to be glued to PLTR, so I'm going to have to make the adjustment here. I just don't want to miss out when it does open in. I was adjusting my orders because we're about to end the show here, so it is what it is. It does make the break. I think if it holds above, I might look to get back into it, but I had literally just canceled my order to go long because of time of day. But I mean, PLTR is going to be top of my mind here. I don't necessarily love this to that long side trade if it's going to immediately slam back down. But 275 is also a good level. If it can hold there, there might be a secondary push. I'm not shorting it until it gets below that price. That's just going to be the way that I'm approaching this for the time being. But NNDM still on the move, but that's a bit of a failed break, at least in the short term. Let's see what happens if it retests. 310 could be that price area there. I just have UAL to the south side. That's been in the money for me this entire time. And I really wish we get this open trade, guys. There's only 7 or 8 minutes to go. There's no guarantees what we're going to be able to see here. But actually, just letting you know, David, you have some love here in the chat. I mean, people saying good guest, great guest. Not just all about the parrot and the wildlife, which is a heck of a lot of fun. We get all different types of characters, which makes it fun for us, right? So it's not just our faces all day long. You talked about some of your trading in there. We're getting back into earnings season, so I know obviously you mentioned you look at some of the small caps, but are there any other catalysts besides sort of gappers to the upside or the downside? Not that you're necessarily trading, but even just looking to execute strategies on. We talk about earnings all the time as something that gets us interested in a name that may or may not be gapping on that day. But what other catalysts do you look for potential strategies in addition to those small cap movers?
Well, first thing I go with is news. That's always the number one thing. And I learned that in the beginning getting into trades. People would suggest certain stocks and they're pump and dumping them, and I get in and then I end up losing. And I always find that the ones that are always going to be secure are the ones that have actual news. So make sure you have news on the trade. And then I do a lot of swings too. I like swing trades as well. Right now I'm in like crude oil since March, OVV, WCP, POU, and I'm in a Canadian stock SZLS for COVID and things like this. So I'm just waiting for them to break support levels, or I'm long biased only. So, once they hit a bottom support, I like to get in, and then hopefully they break the top resistance, and then I make sure I know my exit after they break that resistance for a little pullback, or get out, or wait for the pullback and continue, wait for continual. That's kind of where I'm at now and how I try and work it.
No, it's all about having a plan of action. I think the better you can describe your plan, I think the better it's able to sort of record your results, have an idea of what your plan of action is, so that you know how your success is going on individual strategies, not just overall P&L. You should know individually what each style of trade is netting you, so that you put more capital in the ones that work. You are going to get one of these bad boys. You saw the sponsor there, so look out for that one in the mail. Your Lewis Daniels watch. We appreciate them, and we appreciate you guys. That's why we're throwing that to you.
Thank you, Lewis Daniels.
There you go. Give them the thumbs up. Hey, hit the like as well, because it just occurred to me only 5 or 6 minutes left, and I didn't see us get to 2,000. And how could you not hit the like? David coming on here, letting you know what he's trading, what he's looking at real time. I found it's really brave for all of our guest traders to come on here. We do this every single day, and
I'm blown away. I'm blown away every day. I see 5,000-6,000 people in the chat room, and only 20% are hitting the like button. Every morning, the habit I have, as soon as I log on, I hit play, adjust the volume, and hit like. That's the first thing I do. I mean, you should be able to get into the habit, hit like, push I push the site to everybody I can to watch. Do what you can. I mean, it's just one click. One click. Your mouse can take 1 million or 2 million clicks in a lifetime.
Oh, that's interesting. I like that. Well, I never thought about it that way. Thank you so much, David. And with that being said, let's give you an opportunity right now, because, again, we don't know if this IPO is going to open. Is there anybody you would like to say what's up to, give a shout out to? Anybody? Now is your chance, David.
All right, I have a few friends, especially my cousin Luke. He was in a bike accident about 3 weeks ago. Scared our family. We almost lost him. He's a young trader. I'm trying to mentor him as best I can. And also my friend Andrew, Roland, Dennis, and Jim. All these guys are traders that I work with. And shout out to all of them.
Well, definitely hope Luke recovers well. So
may the force be with him.
Yeah, and there it is. That 2,000 of like and the dancing off, that's going to be
that's my
for
favorite.
Luke.
Look at Valeria.
We got to love it. She's excited about it. We're happy for it. I'm actually just glad you were able to get that shout out and dedication. Valeria I wish you guys could have seen that, but you just missed the shot. Valeria having a lot of fun. When she gets excited, we get to that 2,000 mark, guys. That's why you want to hit the like. I love it. Sean loves it. Brendan loves it. But Valeria, probably a little more excited than the rest of us. Maybe she'd dance it off for real one of these days. I'm just throwing that out there.
I want to say thank you to David. I mean, he gave a little bit of a speech there, and we rocketed up the board. So thank you so much, David, there for that recommendation on the 1 million clicks. And hopefully we get 1 million likes through our lifetime as well. That would be fantastic. Thank you so much. A great guest trader of the day. And I'm so happy that you're trading with a group of traders. Like, that was really the whole point. When I first started this, I used to just do this with our offices through Day Trade the World, and then it just got so popular. We added Neil, Brendan has been absolutely fantastic. But that was the whole idea, was to add a family so we can all learn together. And I'm so happy. Yeah, I'm so happy, David, that you are part of a group. Here comes Nicola, downside man. We're 25 cents in the money. I got a bid here around VWAP. We'll see if we can't take that out. I mean, it's been such a big day for us. We haven't done this one in a bit. We just had the Dancing Valeria. Obviously, that looks a little bit better than the Dancing Gorilla, but on almost just a little bit. Yeah, on a perfect day today, we just wait for Palantir to open up. It's going to be a good one once it does. Thank you for all the memberships. We just got a new one. Before I go to Brendan, let me just say thank you right now to Adam. The man goes by his first name. That means he's serious. Thank you so much, Adam. Another man by his first name, Mr. Brendan.
We've had a few of these guys' IPOs and direct listings that have opened during the credits as we're literally ending the show, so I hope that's not the case. But yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't look good as far as Asana and Palantir are considered as far as opening. But let's have a look anyways at what's coming up after market tonight and before the open tomorrow as far as earnings are concerned. Few on there, guys.
Hey, yeah, we're getting back into earnings season, of course, and Constellation, Pepsi, why not? I mean, Bed Bath & Beyond that's been a mover a couple times. I know Brendan's brought that to our attention. So those are going to be interesting catalysts, but it's going to be hard to get away from the EV space. That's where most of the volatility has been, whether it's NIO, maybe not so much Tesla the last couple of days, or NIO, Nikola, Workhorse, all big-time movers, and Penn and DraftKings. We'll stick to those with all the NFL news coming. So earnings board, nice. It's good to see it come in here. It is what it is. We got like a couple of minutes to go, and PLTR still has not opened. Asana as well. We do one thing before we get out of here, and we don't know what they're going to be here, David. So we'll get your opinion on this. I don't know how this is a national day, but Valeria is ready for it.
Thank you, Neil, and hey, David. Happy to see you joining us today. I absolutely love your parrot, and you guys made my day. And also, thank you for helping us to reach 2,000 likes. Trading family, thank you very much for spending this morning with us. We'll be back with you shortly. Open the link I'm sending on the chat in a new tab, and tune in at 1 p.m. Eastern Time for some good education. And happy National Chewing Gum every day.
Okay. David, any favorite gum brands?
Oh God, I don't know. Trident, Bubblicious, what the?
I was going to say, those are actually the two that came to my mind. So
Double Bubble?
Yeah.
Double Bubble?
I haven't chewed gum in the last decade. I couldn't even tell you the last time I chewed gum. I'm not even sure.
Yeah, it's more of a breath thing, I think.
I'm more of a mint guy. Like,
All
to
right,
each
all right.
their own,
Yeah.
but I feel like that's just my
Just
preference.
breath, Trident breath fresheners. That's the only gum I chew. Really, no point.
All right, so a relatively uneventful day, but good discussion there. I think we're all mint people. Gum, great for breath. I don't like it with my kids. Too much sugar there, guys. So stay away from that. We have Palantir still not open, Asana not open. Good luck to everybody when that does open. I'm going to be in that trade as well. So follow us on Twitter to find out how we did there. But it's been a big day, Neil. I want to personally thank you as well, David, and thank the crew like I did that already this morning. It's been fantastic. Record likes today, and thank you so much for that, David, as well. Neil, let's wrap, but we're back at 1, so.
Yeah, just to remind you guys, of course, a couple of things. Like Sean mentioned, we are back at 1. We're going to be taping the educational series, like 5 different topics, and Arun is going to give his trading journey, so make sure you tune in for that. We are dropping this video today on the channel. It's about the imbalance locator. You're going to have time to check this one out because we've been mentioning the massive imbalance to the buy side on PLTR, so certainly worth educating yourself on it. I feel like it's perfect for the day's topic. That's why, well, it's a kind of a happy accident that we did it today.
Cameron,
so
another
take
50
advantage
bucks,
of it,
Neil.
guys. But thank you so much for the support. Cameron, man, you've been fantastic for us all morning long. We love all the love that we've been getting. I got to go down the line. I wish we had the open of this, but we can't do anything about it. It is what it is. We'll tweet it out if we get some good trades in it. But for Valeria, for Sean Katina, for Brendan Wickens and myself, Neil Roberts, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Trader TV Live. We will see you in just an hour, but big shout out and thanks to David, and best wishes, Luke.